It's the 10K day. 10K. Oh, that's a lot of subscribers. What's up, everyone? Enjoying my mellow smoothness of Black Rifle coffee. I got everyone dropping into the house saying hello. It's exciting. It's thrilling. It's one of those 10K days. We got Mike Lee dropping in saying on his cruise, dropping in saying, hey, 10K for Tim. Thank you, Mike. We got Hirsch for real. What's good, Tim? Congratulations. Mazel tov. 10K. 10K. That's crazy. Never thought we'd have 6K. Never thought we had 5. Never thought we'd have 1,000. What do we got? Daniel dropping in with congratulations on the 10K. We're also going to be giving away the Eli Manning Super Bowl replica ring today. We're going to be talking Giants, not just about how wonderful I am, because we know how wonderful I am. But we got to talk about the Giants. We got to talk about a lot of things. Jeff Newman coming in here saying 10K for the Timmy. Big Blue forever. Best YouTuber for the Giants community. Reads all comments and not just the super chats. And of course, you got to read all the comments. That's what we're here for. Oh, Grant Anderson. We wouldn't have a day without Grant Anderson saying MetLife sucks. Giants belong in New York. We got James Williams dropping in and say, yes, big claps for Tim on the 10K. Zach is always looks like Zach is driving. Nikki dropping into the room saying, congratulations, Tim. Can't wait for draft, baby. Yeah. And the Poppycockers merch. Well, that's all in the work. The button for the merch just came up on my YouTube account today, actually. So you know what we will be having?
Draft, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be having draft, baby. Yeah, shirts. We'll be having Poppycocker merch. We'll be have F Your Sensitivity. I Listen Online, Big Blue. We'll have all that stuff. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. Zach is driving from West Virginia. Listen, be careful driving, Zach. Lag won't be too bad, but somehow I doubt it. Well, it's okay. So yeah, it's the big 10K. Grant's dropping in again with Poppycockers has expanded to New York. We are going to have the Poppycocker LA version. We're going to have the Poppycocker New York version. We're going to have the Poppycocker London version. I think I'm going to try to figure out how to do it so you could just have a Poppycockers in whatever town you live in. Let's say you live in Ottumwa, Iowa. You could have the Ottumwa, Iowa Poppycockers. We have clubs all over the world. We have Black Rifle Coffee. We have the Giants. We have everything going on in New York. We have the draft coming up. We have the combine, I believe, starts on March 1st. So we're going to get our first look at some of these players that everyone wants to see, that everyone wants to get a hold of. But I want to thank everyone for dropping in today. I want to drop in and thank everyone for the 10K. Did we ever think that we'd get to 10K? No, I don't think we'd ever get to 10K. Never thought about it. Never thought we'd get to 1,000, to be honest. Radar and Riley. Hey, I knew someone was going to get that one. Never thought we were going to get this far. And we did. Never thought we'd hit over 1 million views. Now we're closing in on 1.4 million. We've gained almost 200,000 views in the last 2 months. It's crazy. But you know what? It's all good. Paul C says, Tim, don't you think the best outcome for the Giants is the 5th pick and also best offensive lineman available? Pick the 7th best player on the board. No, I don't. No, I do not. You know what I think? Paul? Let's say what I think. Because that's how I got to 10,000, by telling people what I think. I think you take the best player available. And honestly, I don't care if it's an offensive lineman. I don't care if it's a defensive lineman. I don't care if it's a quarterback named Malik Willis. You take the best player available. That's what you do. That's what you go and get. You can't pigeonhole yourself to saying, I'm going to just take an offensive lineman. I'm just going to take a defense. Oh, this coat is hot. This coat is hot. I'm wearing my Malik Willis jersey today because we're going to take Malik. This coat is hot today. These lights are hot today. Still getting over this cold. So you got to take who's the best guy available in reference, because you know what? There's so many holes in this team. I've said it before. Swiss cheese doesn't have this many holes. But you know what? We're going to get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna smash that like button, says the mod. We're gonna get there. But you take whoever's the best player for your team. And if it happens to be the best player, and another thing is you have to remember, draft boards are very subjective. Everyone has a different draft board. You have to take the best player that's on your draft board. Your draft board might be totally different than the Nets. I was watching the Nets game yesterday when they beat Milwaukee. You might have to take it. That's something better than your draft board may be different than the Jets, maybe different than the Commanders. You got to pick the best guy on your team. Fabian dropping in another big 10K stream. We are going to be giving away 3 Eli Manning 2011 Replica Super Bowl rings. Zach got one. Tim Wakefield got one. A bunch of people got them. I was hoping someone would be on that got one so they say how wonderful they are. Radar O'Reilly will be in charge of that one. Yes, Radar O'Reilly is Ottumwa, Iowa. Oh, Walla Walla, New York. What's up, my friend? Hola, donde está? 10K, por favor. Oh, it's in the whatever it's called. Malik Willis for the win. We're going for Malik, man. We are going to get Malik. We're going for Malik. I have a feeling. I still have a feeling. I'm still going to dare to want to go after Malik. I am still going to dare. Or Eagles dare. Whoops. Because I'm looking for a button. Malik Willis. Bring him the boom. Bring that boom. Smash that like button for Malik Willis because we need it all there, right there. Congratulations. Thank you, Mr. Patel. On the 10K. T-Brad, I've been looking for you. I've been looking for you, T-Brad. You got to email me or DM me on Twitter. Online Big Blue 1 on Twitter or email me at onlinebigbblue@gmail.com. Got to email me, brother. Want to talk to you. Good morning. Fabian says good morning to Tim. All aboard the Malik Willis expression. Know we're heading down that track. Smash the like. Ring the bell. Ring my bell. Ring my bell. Hey, Kareem, what's going on? Congratulations on the 10K. Thank you. I appreciate it. A lot of holes to plug. Yeah, we do have a lot of holes to plug. Bad joke, but the Titanic had less holes than we do right now. Kayvon or Willis at 5? You know, I might have to go defense at 5. I might have to go defense at 5. I might have to. T. Brad says, I'm officially against taking 2 offensive linemen in the first round. That's why you're smart. That's why you're intelligent, T. Brad. That's why I want to talk to you. I want to have the T. Brad on. I want to do a T. Brad show. Have the James Williams show. Might have some special guests dropping by a little bit later. I want to do the T. Brad hour. I'm not against 2 offensive linemen in the draft. Hell, I'm not against 3 offensive linemen in the draft. I'm not against 4 offensive linemen in the draft. I am against taking 2 in the first round. Because there's so many, everyone wants to talk about the offensive line. Oh my God, the offensive line. It's so horrid. Joe Burrows probably wishes he had our offensive line. Oh, he only made it to the Super Bowl. Did the giveaway already happen? Fabian, the giveaway did not already happen yet, my friend. Had not. We just been on the air for 7 minutes. I'm not going to give away the ring in 7 minutes. I'm not going to give away the farm. Oh, ring my bell. So you are Clint now. Clint Eastwood? Go ahead. Make my day. T-Brad says, I got you. Was on vacation down in South Carolina. Well, I'm glad I hope you had a great vacation. Hope you had a wonderful vacation. We were looking for you, but that's okay. 10K is impressive. Talk more about how I'm impressive. Not easy. Congrats. Never thought it would happen. Still never thought. Jeff Newman's going to drop in here with the Poppycockers. We're going to have a Poppycocker sighting. We're going to have a Poppycocker reference. We're going to have Poppycocker merch probably within the next 2 weeks. Lots of holes to plug. Yet the Giants fans want to take 2 offensive linemen. It's when plug to me, it's the hole in the boat theory. I got 10 holes in the stern, and I got 8 more in the bow, but I'm just going to plug all the ones in the stern and everything will be okay. That's a nautical reference. I know nothing about boats. Kayvon there at 5. No way we can pass. I love how people saying he's going to fall to 5. There's only 4 players taken ahead of you. You're not falling. If he drops down to 15, that's falling. If he drops down to 10, maybe 9 or 10, that's falling. If you drop down to 5, that's not falling. Because 4 other guys have only been taken ahead of you. That's not falling. And I'm not yelling at you, Thrill Collins. I'm not yelling at you. I'm just saying, people kill me with that. He could fall to 5. If Kayvon falls to 15, drop, see, listen what I said. If he goes at 15, that is falling. He goes at 5, he's projected to be in the top 5. So last time I heard, projected to be in the top 5 does not mean you still fell into the top 5. I would love to today, but my daughter's cheer competition. Hope she wins. Hope their team wins. When we were when I lived in Florida, we used to go to they used to have the college cheer competition in Daytona. We went to that a couple times. But hopefully she wins. But T-Brad, just email me. onlineBigBlue@gmail.com. onlineBigBlue@gmail.com. 2 offensive linemen, the first 2 picks isn't bad. Shaking my head. No one said it's bad. No one said it's bad at all. It's not smart. You have 5 offensive line positions. 5. You're going to fill 1 with Andrew Thomas. That means you have 4. So you want 3 or 2 of the next 4 to be rookies. Can we just give Daniel Jones or Malik Willis a cast now on their leg or their arm or something else? Because you know it's going to take time. I'm just saying it's not smart. Well, Hirsch for real says we might be able to Zion Johnson at guard in the 2nd round. Dude is a mauler. I like Mr. Johnson. I know who you're talking about. I like Mr. Johnson. I think he may go early in the 2nd, so that would probably be about around where we fall. I could see that happening. Our line will make a long line will make or break you on an offense. A defensive linebacking core will make or break you too. Cornerbacks will make or break you too. You can't stop any from scoring. Doesn't have any points to you. San Diego Superchargers, Dan Fouts. Eric Coryell threw up points in bunches. Had no defense. Never won anything. Miami Dolphins, Dan Marino, one of the most prolific offenses ever in the NFL. Made it to 1 Super Bowl. Never won anything because never had a defense. WFAN style. Love it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Scream at us. You want me to scream at you? I'll scream at you. We miss Big Mike. I don't know who Big Mike is. But if we miss him, I miss Big Mike. I miss Big Mike too. Mike Francesa. I do miss Mike Francesa. People always go to me, you're like Howard Stern / Mike Francesa. Because people love to hate you. Well, it's all good. I love to be loved. What's up? Hey, what's up, Giants 34? It takes 2 offensive linemen. The first 2 picks, both of them play well. We'll be able to pay Thomas and then top pay. And then pay. Yeah. Here's the problem. You take 2 offensive linemen in the first 2 picks. What if they both a whiff? What if they both are horrific in their first year? I know we are going to suck in 2022, but I also don't want to get whoever's behind center killed in 2022 and then have to say, well, 2023, that'll be great. I'm still waiting for Matt from Connecticut to turn it around. That's what I'm still waiting for. And I told people when we took him 3 to 4 years, project pick. And I got blasted for it. What's going on, Joshua? Trade possible center. Grab Linderbaum. The line has been hoarded for years. We need to finally get some resolved. Here's the thing I love with this. Everyone's like, it's like we haven't addressed the line in years. We address the line every year. We swing and miss every year. We pass on quality players every year to fix the line. You don't take a center in the top 10. We did a whole video of all the centers that were taken in the top 10 in the last 15 years, and it's been none. I think the highest was 17. Positional value. A center is an interior lineman who you could get away with probably finding someone later in the draft. Big Mike. I miss Mick from Francisco. What's up, Blair? The Giants have drafted 5 O-line in the last 3 years. They've been trying to fix the O-line. Shouldn't they just take the best play? Thank you, Blair. Thank you, Blair. Blair just blew that one up. Knocked it out of the park. Yes. Stop drafting for position. Stop drafting for position. That is how you get yourself in trouble. Best player available, Patrick Omami. Do you want the rookies or should we sign Patrick Omami, lineman? Yeah, we should just sign Patrick. I miss Patrick. Hey, Pencil. I don't know who Pencil Man is, but thank you for the super chat, Pencil Man. I appreciate it. I'll super chat go to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. Would you trade our first 2 round picks for Philadelphia's for? No, I can't trade within the division. That's the one thing. I mean, you can, but look how many trades have been made within the division. Look how many trades have been made between the Redskins, because they were the Redskins then, the Cowboys, the Eagles, and even the St. Louis Cardinals when they were back in the division back up to the 80s. I mean, also the Philadelphia, I think we can get better positional value. I love that word. You know how the Shane listens? You know, he listens to YouTube because he stole my positional value. I mean, how long have I been saying positional value? Then Shane comes out and goes, positional value. He watches online, Big Blue. He's one of the 10K. But no, I could never trade within the division. I could never trade within the division. But thank you for the super chat, Pencil Man. I like your name. Pencil Man. No spamming. Yeah, no spamming. Who's spamming? I got a moderator. Where's the moderator? Willis will be too elusive to need a cast. DJ on the other hand is going to need a full body cast. You're going to be like, you're going to need a full body cast. Got my Malik Willis jersey on today. The problem is I've been working out and now my arms don't fit in the jersey. Nate Solder type. Yeah, can we get a Nate Solder type? People forget. Is Dom going to be a special guest today? Let's see. Is Dom going to be a special guest today? Maybe. Maybe not. I can't tell you. Of course, Dom's going to be a special guest. Of course, Dom's dropping by.
Draft, baby. Yeah.
There he is right now. T-Brad says it's going to be Willis and an O-lineman. Brandon Smith next round. I like Brandon Smith. I do think he would be a good fit for the Giants. Can do a video on Mr. Smith. Yeah, you know, I would always take Malik Willis. Malik Willis. Bring him up. Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. Exactly right. 2 rookie studs. So if we draft a quarterback next year, at least the starting line together. Our line is broke as hell. Here's the problem. How do you know? The draft is a crapshoot. How do you know you're going to take these 2 stud offensive linemen and they don't crap out? How do you know? Because nobody knows. Nobody knows besides me, Mr. All-Knowing, Mr. Omnipotent. Nobody knows. Mike Lee says it best. We need to draft impact players, not projected talent. How many times did I scream that about Gettleman's drafts? We passed on immediate talent that could help the team immediately, but may not have a higher upside for projected talent that could have a greater upside, but 5 years down the road. Looking at you, Matt from Connecticut. Looking at you, Shane Lemieux. Looking at you, a bunch of other guys. Best player available. Best player available. With all the holes we must turn down, we must trade down the 7th pick and grab another pick. Congrats. Thank you, Mark. I'm not against trading down. I'm not. I've never been against trading down for anything. But I do think that it would make sense to trade down. T-Brad says, no way I make the trade, but take their 2 first rounders for a number 5 pick. Oh, I would do that. I would do that. I would do that in a heartbeat. You know what's funny? I was listening to the satellite radio. And it's funny because you have the 80s, 90s channels. And Don Johnson from Miami Vice had a hit single. Looking for a heartbeat. Probably one of the worst songs I've ever heard. Jose G says, Tim, I believe that we need to see what is done to free up cap space after we sign before the draft. I agree. And that's the other thing. People are making... I'm going to rant a second. Just for a second. Because it annoys the hell out of me. And I don't care what people think. How the hell do you keep making freaking draft videos? I've seen people make like 19 draft videos. Here's my mock draft version 19. It's called content. We're called content creators. I've seen it on Twitter. I've seen it on Instagram. I've seen it on YouTube. You just keep making draft videos. That you want to talk about people looking for the likes, the clicks, the bleeps, and the boops that don't have talent? That's what this is. You know what? This is the dead season. I make a video every day. I can make 12 videos a day. Because I can think of topics. I just don't do, hey, I know what I'll do. I know what I'll do today. I'll do another mock draft. Too much Black Rifle today. Mark says, I would trade with Washington this particular year. They might want to draft. Yeah, Washington's. I would trade with Washington too. You never want to trade into that divisional pick because you know what happens. We trade that pick. Washington takes Malik Willis. Malik Willis haunts us for the next 12 years. I don't think T-Brad, our franchise quarterback, shouldn't be a perfect offensive line. Please see the Bengals for an example. That's the one thing I worry about Daniel Jones. That's the one thing. Why does my camera look so low? I look like I'm sitting in a midget chair. Hold on. Like I'm sitting in a midget chair today. I also want to just see the top of my head because my hair looks really nice today. And that's what I worry about with Daniel Jones. When they talk about him. Well, the O-line has to be perfect. The wide receivers have to be perfect. The weather has to be perfect. It has to be a perfect situation. Football's not a perfect world. Football's not a perfect place. But everything needs to be perfect for Daniel Jones. If it's not perfect for Daniel Jones, then we got problems. T-Brad's 100% right. Tom Brady played with people like Jabbar Gaffney, David Patton. You know, he early in his career, he had no wide receivers you could even name of. Jabbar Gaffney was one of his largest targets in his first years in a run. You had people that have had horrid offensive lines and still have played well. Mr. El Gigante. What's going on, my brother? What's going on? What's good? What's good with you, my friend? We need a game-changing player at 5. Come on, people. 5 and 7. Doing it and doing it and doing it. L. That's going to be your new one. That's your new song. Doing it and doing it and doing it. L. Yes. Game-changing. I said it before. You take Kayvon. You take Devin Smith. I just fixed my defense. I just literally fixed my defense. I got a pass rusher that could play linebacker. I got a linebacker that could rush the pass and plug up the middle. I got a Zio Jalari. I got Leonard Williams. I got Quincy Roche. I got guys. I got Xavier McKinney. I got Adoree Jackson still. You got to hope that one of the 2 rookies from last year is going to pan out to take up CB2. But if I can generate a pass rush, it'll cover up for issues in the defensive backfield. I just fixed my team. Hurts for real says Don Johnson, Eddie Murphy, one-hit wonders. But party all the time, man. That was just classic. My girl wants to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. My girl wants to party all the time, party all the time. She parties all the time. Ooh. Why does the Scouts have Malik Willis drafted in the second round? Because some of them are idiots. It depends on who you're scouting with. I'm telling you right now, you blow up only. I don't think I've seen, except for maybe one guy, have Malik Willis going outside of the top 20. Just wait till the combine. Wait till his pro days. I know this specific YouTuber who makes draft videos or draft scenarios every day. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about YouTube, though. I'm talking about Twitter and Instagram. What does this say? If a quarterback can only excel in the perfect situation, what differentiates him from other quarterbacks? That's a great point. That's a great point. You know, we should give away a ring. We should give away a ring right now. And we're going to give away this ring right now. Let's see here. No spamming. Yeah, no spamming. All right, let's give away a ring. Who wants an Eli Manning 2011 replica Super Bowl ring? Who wants it? Who wants it? Who wants it? You know, I forgot because now we have. Now we have.
That's what she said.
There you go. There we go. That's what she said, doll. Everyone knows that watches the show. I'm going to scroll down here. Everyone knows that we watch the show, that I have multiple toys on my desk, that my desk is full of multiple toys. First person to name one of the toys that I have on my desk is the winner of the Super Bowl ring. And I have to look to see everything because I got a lot on my desk today. First person to name what toy, what prop I use will get a Super Bowl ring. The first person that comes up with which one? This guy. It's quite easy. Name one of the toys on my desk. Oh, Derek is the winner. No, Jeff is the winner. Let's see here. We got Derek and Jeff. Derek and Jeff, look, they all came. Derek, Jeff, everyone came in with something different. Oh, dear Lord. Well, the first one that popped up on my screen is Jeff. Well, the first one that popped up is going to be Jeff with the He-Man. So, Jeff, you have the fastest fingers. Jeff Newman gets the first ring because he's right. He-Man is right here. We also got Derek with He-Man, Blair with Lando. Yeah, Lando's here. Lando is here. We also have, we got Kareem and Nikki coming in with Baby Creed. We got Baby Creed and Barkley. Well, Barkley ran away. But Jeff, you are the first winner of the Super Bowl ring, of the Eli Manning 2011 Super Bowl ring. Please email me at tim@onlineBigBlue@gmail.com. That's not Tim at Online. Email me at onlineBigBlue@gmail.com with your full address. The rings will ship today. Usually they take about a week to get there. What's his name? Mike Wakefield and Zach were the last two to get rings. They can attest how quickly they show up. But Jeff, email me at onlineBigBlue@gmail.com. Baby Saquon, you are so close. You are so close. Baby Saquon's lost. Oh, no, I found Baby Saquon. There we go. We found Baby Saquon. We also have the Joker. Don't forget Ice-T. Ice-T is still in the house. We got everything everywhere. But Jeff dropping in with the big thrill. The big thrill. Tim, did you watch America's I Represent Queen? She was raised out of Brooklyn. That's all I keep thinking. Doing it. L. Doing it. L. I want to hit it in the worst way.
That's what she said.
Sorry. I love L. Cool J. Yes, I do remember that. Tim, do you remember America's Game documentary on the Giants Super Bowl season? Was watching. Oh, yeah, I love that one. I have it on DVD. How terrible is that? I got it on DVD. Number one problem with DJ is he can't stay healthy. I don't know if that's the number one problem. I think the number one problem is he can't read defenses. He has no pocket awareness, no pocket presence. Still has problems with turnovers. But DJ's the perfect quarterback. This guy. We're going to give away two more. Tim, okay. What do you think of reports that the kid from Oregon may slip because of his work ethic? Would you take a shot? Yeah, I would take a shot. We just talked about Kayvon. I would take a shot with him. I don't, he's, if you watched him play, and I always love it because you always hear people talk about their work ethic after the season. You never hear about this stuff going on during the season, college season, but after the season, it's like, yeah, he's got problems. Ooh, that's a good one. Bill Parcells once said the greatest ability is availability. That's true. That's a good point. Oh, that's a great point. People should ask themselves why Joe scouts Willis when he's got Josh. I thought about that. I was thinking about that. Why would he do that? Well, I'm getting a text message. Hold on. Muse yourselves. Getting text messages. Talks about yourself. Yeah. I always wondered that. Why is he sitting there sending out scouts when he's got? I mean, he assumed he figured he was getting a job somewhere. Vinny G dropping in saying congrats, Tim. Thank you. Let's see here. What is Stanley for us regular people on YouTube? The players and the player's name. I feel like Dan Marino right now, 0 rings, and I gotta get me an Eli Manning ring. Tim, well, Vinny, you gotta win, dude. I just emailed you. Let me check. Let me just check to make sure you just emailed me. Make sure, because I like to check, because I like to send these rings because they come from a distributor, so I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do anything besides put your address into the system and then pre-pop. There you go, Jeff. Oh, Jeff, I know where you are. You're not too far away. You're not close, but you're actually not too far away. Doing it. L. And now I lost the thing. Oh my God, where did Yardstream go? StreamYard, whatever the hell the thing is called. Let's see here. We got hope Mike Lee doesn't turn out to be Tom Hanks in Castaway Wilson. Poor Mike Lee. My name is Mike Lee. I used to be a spy until we got a blacklist on your burn notes. We got a burn notes on your blacklisted. Didn't notice I'm 4 minutes behind with the lag. That's okay. His first problem is he hasn't progressed in his reads. It's like Daniel Jones has like a 4-minute lag in his reads. You really do. You watch. And there seems to be, I don't want to say hesitation because you don't know if it's a hesitation, but there seems to be some type of, he just doesn't throw the ball. I mean, he sees, I don't know if he's not seeing the field, but for some reason he just doesn't throw the ball. And I don't know why. I don't know if there is an issue in reference to what he's processing on the field. I don't know, but you literally can watch it. He'll see a guy deep, and then it's almost like, I see you. There you are. Oh, I'm gonna check down. And that's what I get concerned about. And that's what I have an issue with. But I'm telling you this. If we could figure out someone to draft, if we can figure out the correct way to draft, I think we can, I'm not going to say we're going to turn the 2022 season around. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But I think we need to look at the facts that the first 5 picks in this draft are pretty much going to be a lock unless someone does something surprising. And the Giants are going to get a top 5 talent, of course. And that's why I said to me, the 5th pick is the most important pick. I still have thoughts of trading the 7th pick. But I'm not getting rid of that 5th pick. I'm keeping that 5th pick as much as possible. Jose G, I think that Jones only throws to when a wide receiver is open instead of throwing them up. We've talked about this before. NFL quarterbacks have talked about this before with Daniel Jones. You throw your in the NFL, it's different than college. In the NFL, you throw your wide receiver open. You throw to a spot. There was some plays in the Super Bowl, which on both sides with Sam Bradford and Joe Burrows, that they threw it in spots that only the receiver could get the ball. They did not put themselves in a position to hurt their team by throwing it to either the right shoulder when they should have thrown it to the left, throwing it to the outside when they should have thrown it to the inside. And I think that is the biggest issue with Daniel Jones. I just think, again, like I said, Michael Lee says either he has a slower process or a major glitch in his programming. Maybe he's running DOS when he should be running Windows 97. Maybe he's running High Sierra when he should be running whatever the hell they run now. I don't know what the hell they run now on the Apple. What am I running? What am I running? Let me see about this Mac. Let's see here. Monterey. No, is it Monterey? I don't know what they're running right now. But I don't know. There just seems to be a slow disconnect. Hirsch for real says, Joe Montana and Dan Marino have very quick releases. DJ is forever in his progressions. And I think that's the best way to sum that up. He takes forever to go through the progressions. He takes forever to think about what he needs to do. He takes too long of a time. And I think that's what I think that's exactly what he needs to figure out is he needs they always say, here's the thing. This is what's funny. They always say when a rookie quarterback comes into the league, the game speeds up. The game needs to slow down for them to see the field completely and see everything that they need to do. The game needs to slow down. But the problem is with Daniel Jones, I think it's not slowing down enough. And now the game, to me, needs to speed up for him. Tyrone drops into the house. We're going to drop in our first special guest today, all the way from our favorite spot, the Poppycockers. Of course, we wouldn't have a 10,000 stream show without the Dahmer. Dom, are you there? Can you hear me?
I am there. I can hear you. And congratulations on a very well-deserved 10,000.
I don't know if it was deserved.
Well, it was 9,990.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was deserved, but we hit 10,000.
Yeah, 9,999 more than expected, but you're there.
Well, the good news is I think we're at like 10,068 or something like that. So you're on right now, so we should be back down to 9,998 in no time. I always love for people that don't know, whenever I have Dom on, my subscriber count goes down. But in all fairness to Dom, it went down. I think it was Tuesday, right?
Yep.
We lost 4 or 5. I can't remember what. And I love it because we were just at 60. Now we dropped down to 50. On the live view. It dropped down and then it went back up. So in all fairness to Dom, we technically lost 4 and we gained 4.
There you go. I'll take evens right now.
Take anything we can get.
I'd kill for the Giants to be 500 right now.
I'd kill for the Giants to win 5. How many fans actually? Wait. What does T-Brad say here? Hold on. T-Brad says, can you please find out how many Giant fans actually think Jones can be a successful quarterback for us? I'm just curious. You know what? I'm gonna do
a poll.
I'm gonna do a poll.
What could possibly go wrong?
The first problem I'm going to have is I have no freaking problem 1. I have no idea how to do a poll. The only thing that I know how to do for sure is dropping us over into Poppycockers, the best in adult entertainment on the West End. If you're looking to get your Poppycock, there's no better place to go than Poppycockers. Now, merch will be sold on Online Big Blue Sports Entertainment. The only place that you can get that Poppycocker merch is Online Big Blue. So why don't you go out and get your Poppycock? There we go. I still don't know how to do a poll. I'm still looking. That's a great poll, Dom. By the way, 3 comments. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know how to do a poll. Dom. I don't know.
Well, I mean, using my expert Google skills, I mean, I could probably find out for you.
No, we don't have that. We don't have that much time. We don't have that much time in the day. So, Dom, I'm going to sit here while you just pontificate how wonderful I am.
I've bigged you up already. I had to bring you back down slightly as per usual, but you know, it's been do you know what? It is a very, very, very interesting channel to listen to with different types of content. And I like I said at the start, and I did mean it, a very well-deserved 10,000, to be honest.
Well, I appreciate that. And I always love the comment when people say, interesting, does that mean asshole? That's the old expression feels like.
I mean, your channel, like Kadarius Tony's route running, is unique.
It's unpredictable. I don't know if I like that comment. I was thinking I was gonna like having people on to tell me how wonderful I am. Now I don't think I like that comment. I'm still trying to figure out how to do a damn poll.
I've got it for you. I've done it.
All right, how do you do it?
Well, it's confusing, but I'll send you the link and you can work it out from there. But it gives
Don't
you step by step.
Don't send me the link. So Don, we did a video about Kayvon Thibodeau.
You did?
Potentially, yeah, I did a video the other day about him potentially falling to 5 and maybe grabbing Devin Lloyd at 7 and kind of having a revamped defense where you basically just have 2 guys that could technically play outside linebacker. I know a lot of people think Thibodeau is better at 4-3. I think he's going to be more suited for a 3-4 because I think he can play with his hand in the dirt on the edge. And I also think he could stand up and play because he is 6'4", but he's only 258 pounds. And he has the mobility. But I said, you know what? I've said it before. You fix your defense by having, especially if you get rid of Bradbury, you know, one of the things that can easily fix a poor pass defense is a great pass rush. What are your thoughts? Thibodeau, 5, Devin Lloyd at 7.
Firstly, Thibodeau falling to 5. I really hope that fall off that little step there doesn't sprain his ankle.
There's no fucking falling. You don't fall in the top 5 when you're projected to be taken in the top 5. Yeah, I know. I fell for that one, but it just pisses me off because people are like, he's gonna fall. He's projected in the top 5. That's not falling. I'm falling and I can't get up. Okay.
I knew that would send you off on one. It's not falling, right? You know, I mean, if I'm going top 5 in the NFL draft, I'm still pretty happy.
Yeah, I'm still listen, if I'm going top 5 in the NFL draft, I'm fucking ecstatic. But what do you think? Can you fix? I know everyone's like, we got to get the offensive line. It's like they're zombies. We must fix the offensive line. We must fix the offensive line. We must fix the offensive line. See, I didn't even blink.
Well, I don't disagree with fixing your offensive line.
I don't disagree with it either.
But I'm not necessarily doing it in round 1. I said a few weeks ago, if you take offensive linemen in round 1, then you're going to have to be, you're going to have to take guys, in value positions, and that's not the center, it's a tackle. If you're doing that, but I think there's value in the offensive line in round 2 and 3, and that's where I'd be looking to do it. The exception being if you wanted a bookend tackle, Evan Neal's not falling to 5, but say he's there at 5. Yeah, I think he's going 1 to Jacksonville because that's where they need to fix. But let's say he was there at 5, then you've probably got to look at doing that. That's not going to happen. So I think you're looking at other guys. Am I taking Thibodeau and Lloyd at 5 and 7? No, because I'm trading back almost certainly. But if Lloyd falls to 7, then I do think you have to consider it because that linebacking core is poor, remains poor. And when you look at the, one of the historic strengths of the Giants has been that linebacking core and the way Wink runs it. Again, Lloyd fits. So I'm certainly with you on. I'm certainly with you on Lloyd. On the edge, I think you can scheme an edge in a different way, and if you needed to. I think you potentially have the king of the almost sack. Potentially if you get someone like a Tomlinson back beside him, obviously not getting hit.
King of the almost sack.
Sorry.
That's all right. I love that button. But if you've got someone,
that's what she said.
If you've got someone capable of him alongside him, somehow, in the draft, maybe a 3rd round defensive tackle. You've got Ojulari going one way. You get Carter back potentially on a cheap prover deal potentially, and you've got someone like Lloyd coming out of out of a linebacker position. You've got a way to scheme a blitz without Thibodeau. So I think Lloyd is the key out of those 2 to enable the Wink defense that he almost certainly will run. I think you can have more certainty about how we will run a defensive scheme than an offensive scheme, given Wink's history in the league. But there are options there. But yeah, that's Lloyd. I think would be the one I'd be looking to pick out those 2.
Tyrone, he's dropping in the building saying hello. You know what we're gonna do, Dom? You know what we're gonna do?
No, because we never plan anything, so God knows what's going to happen.
I love when people go to me on your 10K show. You can have like guests and things. I'm like, oh dear Lord. So it wasn't until yesterday I was like texting people. You want to come on?
Am I special because I got a text on Friday?
Oh yeah, I texted you earlier. I talk to you every day. I'm gonna let you give away a 2011 Eli Manning Super Bowl ring.
That's great. that would imply I've got something ready and organized.
I didn't have anything ready and organized. So, all right, everyone, I'm going to scroll down. We have the Tyrone comment right here that says Tyrone says, "Hey, Tim, how's it going?" We're going to leave that comment now because I'm going to go back to the comments. But we are going to give away. Everyone, clear your keyboards, clear everything, clear your minds. Dom is going to give away an Eli Manning 2011 replica Super Bowl ring. I was only going to give away 3. I think I may give away 5. I haven't decided yet. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a happy mood. Still haven't bought a car yet. I'll be happier on Monday if I buy a car. So, all right, Dom, you have suns. There's sunlight. They're just
Yeah,
weird.
I know.
There's this weird thing on your face.
I know. The sun keeps going in and out, but when I
No,
do that,
put it
it's
back
too dark.
on and we can actually
Yeah,
see.
exactly.
No, it's better when we couldn't see you.
Dear me.
I thought
But,
trolls didn't like sun.
We're not. I'm not a troll. I'm a hobbit,
I'm
a mortal halfling. Let's not get geeky again.
All right, so everyone get
No,
ready.
I'm now awake. By the way, unlike Tuesday, I was tired on Tuesday.
Yeah, you were tired on Tuesday. I had a pick on Dom for like a good 40 minutes to finally wake. You know what they always say? Don't poke the bear. I poked Dom
That's what she said.
for like 45 minutes just to get him fired up. All right, Dom.
I'm so tired. Wait, do some comments and I'll try and work something out.
We can do some comments to try to work something out. It could be anything. We gave away the first ring was guess what toys I had on my desk. And we had a lot of good answers there. So Dom is going to think of a ring. We're going to go to a Stanley question real quick here. The problem with Daniel Jones is he doesn't know how to read the blitz and recognize schemes. The defense is running like Eli was able to do. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Dom.
I'm waiting for the next thing down on the list because there's more than that. But that's
oh, yeah. He also has the worst pocket awareness of any starting quarterback in the NFL. Yep,
that's true.
That's true. I love how the Giant fans are panicking when reports saying we might go Tibbs and he go. Are they panicking? You know what? Hey, Pimp, I love the new picture.
It's a cool picture.
I love the new cartoon. Pimp name Slickback. I love the new cartoon, man. I love that. But Dom, come on.
Oh, okay.
It could be a giant thing. It could be an online Big Blue question. It could be a Dom and Tim question from one of the shows.
Go on then. Let's try this one, and I might have to make it make it a little bit easier. But the NFL Talk from Across the Pond logo featured a cartoon of characterization of Tim and I. Either name the celebrity that I thought I looked like, which I don't look anything like in real life, or if you can't get that, then I will take the profession that person does.
I don't think we should go with that one because I don't even remember that one.
You know, okay, go on then.
I don't remember. This is why Dom drops the subscriber count. Oh, we're down to 10,003.
Can't have dropped that fast, that quick.
Come on, Dom.
Right, which area of London is Poppycockers meant to be situated in?
Oh, that's a good one.
It does vary. It does vary,
but where? That's a good question. Here we go for the NFL for the 2011 Super Bowl ring, Eli Manning replica ring. What is the original location in London for Poppycockers? Oh my God, he actually got it though.
Elijah was who I actually look like, but actually it was a comedian called Josh Whittaker.
Oh, that's right.
Hair in the logo.
West End Logic's finest. Didn't you win a ring already? The Logic's finest. Well, you won.
It is West End. It is West London, but if anyone can get the actual borough, then because it is a well-known borough of West London for this sort of thing.
Oh, you know what? I feel bad now. All right,
it is. He's correct.
He is West London, but you know what? Hearst for real got West End too. So you know what?
No, West End is where the theatres are. We definitely won't be allowed to put Poppycockers there.
But that's what we always say.
Yeah, the West End of London being.
Yeah, the West End of London. The West End of London. So who wins? Is it Logic's finest or is it Hearst for real?
Well, Logic's finest was first, but if he's already won one, then I'm giving it to Hearst for real. Because you do often say the West End. Soho was the answer I was looking for, by the way. But
West End. I never said Soho.
You know, well, I always used to say Soho. That's where me and Urban went out when we hung out.
Logic's finest and Hearst for real. Send me an email, onlineBigBlue@gmail.com. You're both winners. Hearst for real and Logic's finest. That's onlineBigBlue@gmail.com. Send it out. We're going to give away 2 more rings. Because Dom, he screwed that up so badly. Oh, we're going to drop in another guest. It's my brother from another mother. It's James Williams.
Morning, brothers.
How you doing?
I haven't seen you. I haven't talked to you since this morning.
I know, right? So long. What up, Dom? What's going on?
Yeah, good man. How are you? How's things?
Good, good. Don Juan. Dom the Don Juan.
Dom. There we go. James, you don't need to lift up your mic. You're good.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you're better that way. You sound much better when you're not lifting it up. You also look more natural because you always look natural. What card were you holding up?
Oh, well, first, let me say congratulations to Big Tim. 10K. That's a big thing. Let's get it to 20K, 50K. I was joking with him yesterday about it, but you deserve all of it, brother. We appreciate you. We love coming here. Everybody in the chat, salute y'all. What up? We're all Giants fans here. We all bleed blue, and we all appreciate the content and everything you bring to the table. It's different from other YouTubers, and just congratulations, brother. Just giving you your flowers. Much deserved.
Well, I appreciate that. I really do. And like I said, it's subscribers like you and Dom who built relationships off the YouTube with that I always find that's like I said, I never thought I would sit there and have what I would refer to as friendships with people outside of YouTube, from YouTube. I mean, that's just crazy to me. But like I said, it's guys like you that kept me going, especially during the dark days in the beginning. So I really appreciate it. But what was the card you were holding up?
So I brought some special guests to help celebrate. Tim is always bringing in props. So I said, you know what? I'm going to show my age, or our age, the three of us, because I got some special guests here. So
Dom is young.
I was gonna say, but James always looks so young and fly compared to me. He can't be older than me, surely not.
Oh no! Well, black don't crack. Just black don't crack. Just to say that, just remember that. But I got some. I brought here some. Just going to really show my age because it's a lot of 20-year-olds in the chat probably don't have these, but I don't know if we can even see it.
There you go. That's no, go the other way. That is what is that?
It's a Tyrone Wheatley.
That's that's Tyrone Wheatley autograph.
Tyrone Wheatley. It's a hologram, one of those holograms, so it's probably hard to see.
Number 28 from Michigan. Of course, he went over to the Raiders and probably rushed for 1,000 yards.
Tyrone Wheatley wants to say congratulations to Tim. I brought big Ike Hilliard. I think he just got hired as a wide receivers coach, something somewhere, I believe. I can't remember the school. Yes, sir.
Out of Florida. Didn't have the career we thought he would when we took him in the first round, but still got a ring.
Right. No, and I liked him when we drafted him. I liked him. And of course, I had to bring this card out. It's near and dear. It's not in plastic, but somebody, when I was on with you last Sunday, had the nerve to speak blasphemy about the God, Phil.
He got banned. Phil Sims.
The God right here for all of you.
Is that Jumbo Elliott?
In the background?
Yeah.
It looks like. You know what? Might be.
Yeah, that's Elliott. That's Jumbo. But there you got to have Phil. Yeah, someone talked blasphemy about Phil.
So I wanted to bring some Giants in here to congratulate Tim because I couldn't believe somebody was talking blasphemy about Phil. So I had to bring that out. And one last special guest, Bo.
Oh, Bo Jackson, the Royals card. Is that the rookie Royals card?
No. But actually, you know what? I haven't taken this thing out of the plastic because I feel like if I take it out, it's going to turn to dust, like an Indiana Jones movie, So I just leave it in there. Like I want to touch it.
I was going to say it's going to be the Temple of Doom. Everyone's
So I just bought those.
Bo Jackson. Everyone thought coming out of Auburn. Everybody thought they didn't want to go to Tampa. So what does he do? I'm going to go play baseball.
Yeah, no, and Bo Jackson was a beast. Like, we have YouTube now. You guys, if you didn't see him play, you could pull up highlights and check him out. But he was a beast, man.
My favorite
if he didn't get hurt,
play was when he ran up the wall.
Yeah,
he literally ran up. Dom, he literally ran like Spider-Man. He ran up and around the wall.
Really?
Yeah.
What, like a sort of bike, with those stunt riders on bikes in the cage,
like a superhero.
Literally.
He ran up and went around the wall to make a catch.
Bloody hell.
And then there was the one when he just broke the bat. He literally just struck. He literally these are all. He literally just took the bat and just snapped it in half, like it was a twig. But I don't think anyone wants to talk about Bo Jackson besides me.
You know what?
No,
I'm not up to speed in my baseball, but I do enjoy baseball. Like when I'm in the States, generally speaking, I'm over in what you'd call the fall. and it's quite often on. I really enjoy watching baseball, to be fair, but I'm not sort of up to speed with baseball at all. But it's always been fun to watch.
Well, don't feel bad, Dom. Nobody's up to speed because right now they're in a lockout.
They're locked out right now, so no one's doing it. And we got a Tuto super chat. Salute to Tuto through the Godfather and the defenses, the medicine who fixes all broken pieces of the broken teams. Well, I hope we're going to fix this team. And now that I got James here, I've already asked Dom the question.
Hang on 1 second before you do. Tuto must know all about broken teams because generally when he's played against them, the other team is broken.
I would say they're already broken.
He just runs straight through them and they're in about 50 meters.
They're already broken in half. James, I've talked about this with Dom a minute ago. Kayvon Thibodeau. I got him at I did a video. Want to take him at 5. I want to grab Devin Lloyd at 7. I want to literally fix the defense. And I think going with these two guys is fixing the defense. We got to send you a mug, James.
Oh, I usually got.
Does that mug have flowers on it?
This was from old school from my aunt, so it has sentimental value.
Let me see the mug.
Sentimental value. Yes, it's very potpourri-ish, very fallish.
Let me just raise the tone a little bit with my mug.
I like your mug. Oh, of course. Tim got the gangster mug, of course.
Oh my goodness! But I can fix the defense. In my mind, I can fix the defense in a fell swoop. I can make the Giants competitive. And you know what? You can still win a game 9-6.
Yes.
If I'm stopping people. What do you think? Do you think that it would send Giant fans into the ultimate tizzy that we go defense back to back with 5 and 7 and go and address the offensive line in via free agency or later in the draft? Well, will there be a collective meltdown?
I think we're in the weird part of Giants fandom where no matter what we do, somebody's going to be mad. You know, like the old saying, you can't please everybody.
Sounds like
so. I think that no matter what we do, whether we could go 2 offensive linemen, that people will be mad we didn't address the defense. We go 2 defensive players, we didn't address the offensive line. We could go quarterback offense, we shouldn't have taken a quarterback. We could go offense defense, we should have went both offense, we should have went both defense. It's like no matter what we do, I feel like there's going to be some faction of the fans that are going to be upset. I like what
and if you do any of them, James, and don't take the quarterback, they'll be pissed and all.
They'll be upset.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That so there's always going to be people that are going to be upset no matter what we do. I don't know, it was a T-Brad or Michael Lee. Somebody said earlier, I was listening about we should just take the best available player.
Best players.
I think that we should get back to that. I know that's what Gettleman used to say, but I don't think he actually followed his own mantra, when he was drafting. So I think that no matter what we do, people are going to be mad. But I think that as long as we bring in players who are going to have an impact, I see that a lot in the chat. Like we need that. We need players who are going to come in and have an impact, not guys that, hopefully 4 years when they're on their last year of their deal, it's like, okay, we'll start to see something.
No more projected talent. But think about this,
right.
Though. Josh Allen, defensive end linebacker. Parsons, Xavier McKinney, Azeez Ojulari, Kayvon Thibodeau, and then you throw in a Devin Smith, and then you bring back on a less expensive deal, bring back Blake Martinez.
Yeah, I would like that. If we could do that, I'd like that a lot.
You just built a monster of a defense, and I don't care who's in the secondary.
Yeah, I don't want the Hamilton at the 5th. I don't want. I know a lot of Giants fans. I know you talked about it before, but I don't want to take a Hamilton at 5th though.
Well, and we did the video, and then the last 10 years, only one safety, our last 11 years, has been taken in the top 10, and that's Jamal Adams. So there's no position, and I've been screaming, there's no positional value for the safety. It's like the tight end. I said it before with the tight end. Yeah, Kyle Pitts could be a game changer. He could be a guy, but you don't take him as high as you did. Same thing with running back.
Yeah, no, that was way too high for Pitts.
I said the same thing with Barkley. I love the Barkley pick. I understood the Barkley pick, but you don't take a running back at 2. And I think everyone will say that didn't work out to the benefit. I love this one though, James, because Dom's going to be like, what? Techno Bowl.
Tecmo Bowl. Oh yeah, Tecmo Bowl.
There was Tecmo Bowl and there was Super Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah.
People forget. People always combine the one. There was two. Super Tecmo Bowl was Bo Jackson.
Yes, that was. Yes.
Bo Jackson, Lawrence Taylor, and there was another player that was like, if you had that team. Tecmo Bowl is from the old Nintendo days. And it's a football game. It's like when you're playing Madden now, but that was the game. It was almost like it was almost like arcade football, I guess.
Yes.
You would
yes.
Say. It was not statistically accurate. And if you wanted to win the game, you just picked the Raiders and took Bo Jackson.
I was going to say, is it one of those ones where you just got the ball to someone and just ran and just dodged everything? You know.
That or the 49ers, was it? You just launch it and it was going to get completed every time. It was just like the cheat before Game Genie.
Every single, hey, moderator, I got a spam in here. Two Toes Super Chat. Shout out to our teams, owners, managers, all the coaches and trainers, to Tim for all the wise comments and advice. We've been listening, learning, applying everything you told us, and we owe it to him. Well, I don't think you owe it to me. I would like to take credit because I like to take credit for everything. But I would like to take credit for Tuto and the boys. But you know what? They're just some mean SOBs that know how to play some rugby.
But you're also you are taking credit for his photo, right?
I am taking that is a new photo. That is a new photo.
He's got his chin in there to prove it's not you.
His chin has muscles.
Look, see, me and him. It's me. It's the exact same thing. Oh my God, I knew it was me. I knew it was me all this time. T. Brad has to say, because we have so many holes, so many will argue how we will fill them.
And that's exactly the point I was going to make when James was making that. You know, I'm a big believer, especially with the number of holes you've got in this team. You have to take the best player that is available now, because you can't fix everything in one go. You know where you can't fix the offense and the defense. You can't even fix probably all of one of those potentially in this draft and free agency. We haven't got the maneuverability. So as you say, there's gonna be holes, and we're gonna have to accept that coming into 2022.
We're gonna have to. Even Tyrone says, agree 1,000%, Tim. Every year I scream defense. I've said this. I'm a defensive guy. I play defense. I believe in defense. And my thing is, your best offense sometimes is a great defense.
Yeah, defense can get you off the field quickly. You know, that the other team's defense is getting tired. You know, you can get good field position. It's the same argument you're making when you're talking about if you can get a good rush, you don't need a secondary and vice versa. It's the same on the offense. You know, if you don't have an offensive line, but you've got lots of weapons going forward, there's less of a rush they can bring. Because it's the old joke from the early Giant days where the Giants' offense back in the 80s was putrid, and they would come off the field and the defense would run onto the field and they would tell the offense, "Listen, you hold them, we'll try to score on defense." That's what you want, James. I'm going to put you on the spot here, and unlike Don, you're not going to have to do it right away. I'm going to give you a minute to think about it because I love the coffee mug. I'm going to say. I gotta send you a coffee mug. You're gonna get one of the first Poppycocker mugs. I'm gonna let James give away an Eli Manning 2011 replica ring. So we're gonna give you a couple minutes to figure out what you want your question to be, James. So I'm gonna let I'm gonna let you come up with the question. So I threw Dom under the bus and threw Dom on the spot. I don't know why I don't prepare for these things, because
you know it's gonna freaking happen. Vinny G says Bo never had 1,000 yards rushing. No, he never did. He never had 1,000 yards, but he turned games around as a Raider. If he didn't get hurt in that Cincinnati game, when he got his, and then this guy is so tough, he dislocates his hip. When he got hurt, Dom. This is how Bo Jackson got hurt. He dislocated his hip. Then he had some type of a vascular issue that caused his hip basically to die, and he had hip replacement. But he dislocated his hip. He rolled over and put it back in again, and then walked off the field.
This shows how much of a man sport American football can be compared to European football. The game was stopped for 8 minutes yesterday.
Where'd you go, James?
I don't know. Have you put him in timeout?
No, I didn't put him in timeout.
But a game was stopped yesterday for 8 minutes because someone dislocated their thumb. It's like,
No,
really?
he popped it back in place
Yeah,
and got it
exactly.
and walked off the field. Like, that's nothing. I'm good. I'm all right. I only dislocated my hip, and now my hip is going to die. I'm going to need hip replacement. I'm fine with going 2 defensive. Let's see what happened to James here. Okay. He's going to come right, but James is going to come right back. I'm fine going with 2 defensive linemen first and 2 offensive linemen. I don't want 2 offensive linemen in round 1. I don't either.
Oh, you don't take 2 offensive linemen. No way. Not unless you trade your second pick back so far. Like, let's say you take, I don't know, whoever.
Cross. Let's just say Cross.
Cross, yeah, at 5, and you're trading all the way back to 28, and you're taking a guard or something like that. Then yeah, maybe, but that's not going to happen for one. And secondly, it's with all the other holes, you're not going to fix everything regardless of what you do. So. If that's what we do, it's what we do, because it's legitimate need, but it's not how I would be looking to take us forward this year.
Right. No, I agree. Vinny G wants to bring back Peppers. I would bring back Peppers. I would bring him back. And speaking of bringing people back,
I was just going to say, is James coming back?
All right, James, you are evidently coming back with a big question. We're giving away an Eli Manning replica Super Bowl ring. It's going 2011, and James is going to be dropping this question. And let's say Logic's Finest gave up his ring to Hirsch for real. That was very nice of him.
Shout out to Logic.
Lodge. We always shout Lodge. What Tupac says, good job. I don't know why I have Tupac.
A quick question on Tupac. Was he obviously it would have been a hologram version of him, given that he's no longer alive, but was he part of a Super Bowl halftime show? I must have missed it if he was.
No. That would have been
No, it's obviously a hologram version, taken from
Yeah.
I talked about that in one of my videos, because they did I forget what show they did it.
I don't want to say Coachella or something, but some concert. Yeah, they had a big hologram. Yeah.
They had a hologram of
Tupac. He was going to be part of the show,
and it freaked people out. I mean, literally, I don't know why, because he's always right here. I don't know why it freaks people out, but it freaked people out when they did it. So I'm glad they did it. James, are we ready for the big question? James has got the big question. We are giving away an Eli Manning 2011 Super Bowl ring to whoever's the first one in the chat to come up with this answer to this question. It's going to be something spectacular. I know it because it's James. Go, James.
No, not even gonna lie. I was trying to think of something really hard. And that's why I had to dip out real quick. I had to pull it down.
I had to read your text message. Be right back. Had to
Google. I'm sitting here.
What the part about that was, though? You were still faster than Dom.
Because I couldn't. Nah, Dom's pretty quick, man. I'm not gonna lie. When I'm watching Dom, he does the quick little, and then he's back. Dom and Zach, you guys are quick on the draw.
Zach beats me.
Zach beats me every single time.
I think it's 361-2 at the moment, and the 2 was because he was on the bus on his way back from class.
I think it's when he came out of lab. He came out of lab once to Google something for us.
Zach, he's crazy. I don't know how he pulls it up, and he gets like the numbers exact. I'm like, exactly, damn. I'm like, you must have an accountant secretary right there helping you out, Zach. To let us know.
All right, James. All right, everyone, get ready. We have the James trivia question, or what? I don't know what he's going to do.
No, it's just something. I was going to pull out something out the hat, something real hard, but I said, I'm not going to stress this out. We've been stressed out to see it too much. So real. This shouldn't be too hard. So it's a Super Bowl ring, so Super Bowl question. Who, and it's like twofold, but it's easy, so it's really not hard. One of these guys has been in the news a lot lately. So when we went to the Super Bowl in 2000, who was our offensive and defensive coordinators?
Ooh, James.
Offensive and defensive. Offensive,
defensive coordinators, 2000 Super Bowl. And I would like to see who gets this one, because this is because I'm actually trying to think who it was.
One of them is real easy. He's been in the news a lot.
One of them. I've just double checked, because I got the offensive one. I didn't get the defensive one, so I just checked myself.
Oh, I know. You had the face on. You had the face on, Dom. You had the Google face. That's it.
Yeah. So the offensive one, like the defensive one, I didn't know at all. The offensive one, I just checked, and I was.
Well,
right
we have a winner, and it's gonna be. Wait a minute, Hirsch for real. Didn't you already win?
He did.
Hirsch for real. You've already won, so we're gonna drop down to the next winner, and that's gonna be my other brother, T. Brad, Fox, and Peyton. I think that was a good question. That was a really good question. That was a great question. So T. Brad, you are the winner of the Eli Manning 2011 Super Bowl replica ring. Send me an email. Send me an email. Yeah, send me an email. Send me your address at onlineBigBlue@gmail.com. Try to do it before the end of the show because I want to get all rings out today. Send it to onlineBigBlue@gmail.com. We got T. Brad dropping in, John Fox and Sean Payton coming in. Does anyone think Sean Payton's gone forever or gone for a year?
I think he'll come back. He needs a year or two off.
Did you hear the thing? I guess so. Troy Aikman, I guess, is trying to move to Monday Night Football cast, and then I guess that'll make room for Sean Payton, so he could do a year, I guess, of broadcasting, and then after that, I guess he'll decide where he wants to go. Wants to come back, like Dom said, just take a little break, come back stronger, ready to go again.
Someone that never takes a break. That's Tuto with the super chat. Since I've been the captain of our D 6 months ago, I've doubled the strength conditioning workouts, the schemes, practice time, my team, my rules for the victory for the entire team, guaranteed. You gotta love the Tuto because it's guaranteed, and we all know what happens when it's guaranteed. We know it's coming. That wasn't what was coming. That wasn't coming here. We all know it's coming. Hold on, Malik Willis. Get out there, Malik. Because he's always working. Because you know what? When Tuto has the ball, it's guaranteed first down. And I don't think there's any first downs in rugby. I know nothing about rugby. I know there's hookers in rugby. I think they get a lot of players from the red light district. I know that.
My God.
I've said this
Oh my God.
Google it.
Dom said I would be a good.
I'm gonna have to now, Dom. When I get off, I'm gonna have to.
Dom said I would be a good hooker at rugby, and I said if I was a hooker, I would work off a volume. That's just how you make money. That's just me, though. Oh, there's something wrong with you people.
Yeah, seriously, it's a hooker. He wears number 2 because the position, they have to wear a certain number for a certain position, and the number 2 in a rugby team is called a hooker.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow!
Didn't know that.
Essentially, in a scrum, when they come together, like the offensive and defensive line, except they stand apart and then they come together, and then the ball is thrown in, and they see which side gets it.
Wow!
And it's called a hooker because it hooks the two scrum lines together.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I don't know too much about rugby, Big Dom. I'm not gonna lie. I've watched some highlights, and that just looks like Kill the Carrier, but like on crack.
Yeah, pretty much. They don't bother with helmets either. Like there's
no helmets. You know, it's something different in grade school, and high school. I'm not gonna get into that. Logic's fine. It's a good question. Why do people think Sean McVay is gonna retire? It's absurd. He's 30. He's 30. He's in his mid-30s. Does anyone think he's gonna retire?
Not unless he loves broadcasting so much that's it. That's what he just wants to do. I just think he's going to take a few years off and he'll be back.
He's not.
We're not talking Peyton. We're talking McVay. Just want to.
McVay. No, McVay.
Sorry. That's my fault. Yeah.
Yeah. No, McVay's just doing. He's like it's like what Aaron Rodgers is doing. He just wants attention, or he knows that he just won a Super Bowl and everybody's praising him, and he's like, I don't know if I might retire, or I may go just play golf or just practice my canasta or something. Knowing that he's one of the top minds in the game. Right now, it's like sure, McVay. Tell us some more.
You know what the greatest thing is, Dom? You know what the greatest thing is? We have the Dom sound effect. The draft baby. We now have the Sean McVay sound effect. How about Sean McVay talks? You just did it, James. You just did it right now. I'm just gonna go play canasta or something.
I was gonna say,
oh my God, we got a new sound effect.
Is it literally like the Aaron Rodgers? It's icky. I don't like it. I think he's concerned about the pressure of running it back because I'm not saying they're not deep, but the way they are is really just gone. Rather than developing that team, they've really built it sort of through big trade acquisitions. And I think while he's proved he can win that way, I think it's harder to sustain that going forward. And I think that's potentially what's concerning him, and that's why he was.
It's Canasta and Mahjong.
No, that's funny for real. It's funny. That's funny, bro.
I like it, but Mark Thompson just comes in and say Adam Schefter announced that McVay is returning. McVay was negotiating for more money.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean that's always thing. I got a question. That's a giant question, of course, because it has to be a giant question. If right now you have the way this roster is constructed, the way this roster is construed, the way that this roster has been screwed up exponentially. If there was one guy, and I'm kind of interested in this question. If there's one guy on this current roster, you can just delete. And I don't mean just delete off the roster as a player, but delete the salary cap obligation.
Oh.
Salary cap. I'm talking you're not just you
can cut him for nothing, basically.
You're cutting him for nothing. You're putting him on an island, and you're taking the boat and you're sinking the boat. You're taking his cell phone. You're leaving him a bunch of coconuts.
Can we put him on that island just off Brazil where there is numerous poisonous states with like 5 per every 1 square meter or something ridiculous like that?
Put him on that island. But if we're going to start with James first. Who are we deleting? I would also like to see. I already see the people. I was going to say I also want to see in the chat because I don't know how to do a poll. James, who are you hitting the delete button on? If you can get rid of the cap.
Simple. That's so simple. King of the almost sack. He's got to go. He's beheaded. We're dethroning him. New regime coming in. We're putting him on Gilligan's Island, but no Ginger or Marianne.
Well, that's mean.
No Ginger, no Marianne for him. Just the skipper.
That's me. But here's the question I have.
Can I just ask if anyone's got an alternative name? I'm going to give you an alternative name.
I know, but before I get to Dom, I think this is funny, and this is why I asked the question: how many Giant fans were in love with this signing? We're like, Leonard Williams. We just signed him for all this money. He's gonna be the same player. He's gonna be the player who was 1 season, not the other 5. But all of a sudden, you're watching we're leaving Mrs. Howell with him though.
You know what? Nah, I'm not even leaving him, Mrs. Howell. Nah, I'm not even doing that.
Lovey might be a freak. We don't know. Everyone loved this, except for me.
Man.
Idiots. Everyone loved this signing. But all of a sudden now, all I'm seeing is Leonard Williams. How quickly the pendulum has shifted for a guy that was supposed to be, not my words, Lawrence Taylor-esque. And I think we've killed James. James
I had to fade back on that one.
You mean the man that was going to be better than Aaron Donald?
The guy that was Aaron Donald money.
He hasn't lived up to it, I'm sure.
No, I don't think he has. But I love the people that still he had 6.5 sacks. He had, I got slime. Sorry.
You know what happened?
You don't have on your desk.
Slime. Homemade slime.
I don't even want to know.
Yeah, it really is homemade slime. Oh, hold on, wait. Oh, God, that was just so gross. I'm sorry about that. But Dom, who is your player?
I mean, Leo would have been mine. I said, I never understood the trade at the time, not because it was Leonard Williams, but because we weren't going anywhere. So why make the trade? Like the season was
going anywhere now.
And I'd have said that about nearly almost any player we'd have signed. They're not literally any player. You get a top Hall of Fame-esque player, then you're all right. But we weren't going to get that. But and again, the salary straight away. As soon as I was hearing salary, I was like, no, I'd rather bring back Dalvin Tomlinson, and he'll have change. Yeah. And I've always been consistent on that. That's not rewriting history. I've always been there. So Leo is obviously the player I would get rid of. But I think the other player I would get rid of on defense here would be Danny Shelton. I just think he's done. I don't think he ever offered anything to them, and that's the player I would get rid of just on output. But Leo obviously would be the one because you get that salary cap back, and suddenly you're not over the cap, you're under the cap, and you've got a bit of room to move.
Well, that's why Dom is not in charge of the Giants, because you would get rid of Danny Shelton.
No, I was giving an alternative name. Leo is obviously.
You mean Kenny G wouldn't be an alternative name?
No, you said defense.
No, I didn't. I said any player on the Giants.
Sorry, I thought you said defense.
No, any player on the Giants.
Yeah, in that case, the next one is obviously Kenny Golladay, because you're getting rid of the salary cap. But sorry, I thought you said defense, and that's why. That's why
Kenny G.
We can't lose Kenny
Not
G.
Kenny G. Who's going to play the sax?
Tuto's going to play the sax, because our trainers are saying for me now we have to total of 27 hours. Tim's edited, cut off video, defensive, fixing all the long-term solutions. I know I'm a brilliant defensive mind. I don't like to brag, Tuto. I don't want people to know that I'm pumping up Tuto and getting him rolling and getting him going on this. I got slime everywhere now. It's not a good thing.
You know what's crazy with the Leonard Williams thing? That's that thing to put the cherry on it is the Leonard Williams signing. It's actually worse than Daniel Jones, and I've gone on about Daniel Jones. I don't need to go on about him today, but with Daniel Jones, it's like, at least most of us, we didn't see him play at Duke, so there was this small era of, okay, maybe he can play, maybe he'll turn into Aaron Rodgers. But with Leonard Williams, it's like watching a girl with another guy, and when she's with that guy, she doesn't get dressed up, she doesn't do her nails, she doesn't cook, she's kind of rude. She's flirting around with other guys at the bar all the time. And then we go, oh, she won't do that with us. Like, oh, nah, I'm going to get her and I'm going to turn her into a great woman. And she comes over here and does the same thing. And then I was sitting here mad, like, dag nabbit. She's just not doing anything. And it's like, we watched this guy for years do that. So what made you think he's going to come over here and all of a sudden do an about face?
And all of a sudden be better. And of
you're
course,
exactly right. We saw Williams in the league. Daniel Jones came from college, and you never quite know. You can get the best college player not make it, and you can have a player that's had an average career be all out.
Yeah, word.
I think the problem is, James, you weren't seducing her properly. Because you know what? $72 million.
Oh my God, jeez. Don't remind me, man. Yo, I don't know what game, when he reached out for that ball, I forgot what game it was, and it was like he was like, oh, the ball's actually here. Oh man, I was supposed to catch that. Hope nobody caught that one on camera.
No, I all of a sudden had little alligator arms. Oh no, I can't get it.
Oh my God. Do receivers not dive anymore?
No.
Have you noticed that? Like, they don't just sell out for the ball, most of them. It's like, oh, if I can't catch it in stride, I can't catch it.
Kenny can't be an alligator because he doesn't do snaps.
One of the funniest things about that is
he is, however, a T-Rex.
He is a T-Rex. If you go back to even OBJ Giant days, towards the end of his Giant days, he had a couple games where he crossed the middle that he found some alligator arms. And I'm not picking on OBJ, but James's point, it's not like wide receivers back in the day, like a Steve Largent, or even going. He would lay himself out for. He knew he was going to get blasted, and would lay himself out for the ball. I mean, you don't see that as much anymore. Yeah, hit and smash the like button, people.
Wayne Corbett.
Wayne Corbett. The number 80.
What do you think the reason is behind it? Because it does seem to be a league trend, right? It's and trying to dive forward for those extra yard or so doesn't seem to happen so much.
You notice that too, right, Dom? They don't. It's like in a league that's protecting the receivers more and more. It's like the guys, if the guy can't catch it and stay in stride, he's like, I can't get that.
It's the same with the running backs with the ball as well, right? They don't seem to. It could just be me, but I thought that for a little while. You're just not looking to make that extra yard or two.
It's weird.
Seen it. And to your point, you're right. In a league that is now protecting the quarterback, protecting the vulnerable receiver.
Receiver, skill position players. Yeah.
You're not seeing you're seeing a trend where people are more just. And like I said, I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know. Dom smile at something, so I must be down. I must be down on a chat somewhere.
No. I was smiling at the point of that. I was just thought to myself, the league does more to protect the quarterback than our O-line does.
It does.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one, though. That was good.
We got-
It's true though.
It's not a joke, though, is it?
It's true though. He did more than Nate Solder. He's like, oh man, that guy got by me. I'll get the next one.
Have you heard his new career? He's now going to be the entrance to Macy's, just
I
swinging.
thought he was going to be the
round and
entrance to
round and
Bobby
round.
Goggins.
The doorman, the turnstile.
Yeah, just round doors.
Oh my god. T-Brad, you still need to email me, my friend, onlinebigbblue@gmail.com, because you are the winner. You are the third winner. We're going to give away another ring, but you are the third winner of the ring. We have, let's see here. We got the two winners, Jeff Newman and Hirsch for Real, have been the first two winners along with the T-Brad.
I hate
Our
to
best
break it to you, Tim, but there is only one ring. Just putting it out there.
Well, no, I made duplicates. I cloned them. All of our best receivers last year were Andrew Thomas and Daniel Jones.
That Vinny, you're so right. That's scary, but you're so right, brother. That like if I hear one more thing about this Daniel Jones catch and how amazing it was, and all of you that have that screensaver pick, whoa. If you have the Daniel Jones, whoa.
I was going to jump on the bandwagon here. Like, it was a very good catch, but I don't want my quarterback catching the damn ball. I want him throwing the ball to people that are paid to catch the ball, so we can get some goddamn touchdowns and make some first downs.
Why do you guys think? And why do you guys think that catch, the Daniel Jones catch, have some fans? And I'm saying some fans think that Daniel Jones is a good quarterback because of that catch. Can either one of you just explain that one to me?
Because you a lot of fans are desperate for Daniel Jones to be the Messiah and the chosen one, and therefore it's one of the few things he did well. So therefore they cling to it.
No one sits there and goes, "Wow, look at Aaron Rodgers. He made a nice catch."
Exactly. We're desperate for success, which I get. It's been 10 years pretty much.
Yeah.
And we're desperate for Jones to be the quarterback we need, because no one wants him to fail. Because like you always say. Like you say, you know, without a quarterback, you're not going far, and therefore we're just clinging to anything you like. But back to Kenny G. John Ross also has more touchdowns. Who thought that in summer 2021? But John Ross would have more touchdowns last year for the Giants than Kenny G. I'm pretty sure John Ross got one. I'm pretty sure he might have got two.
I think we did have one.
He had that one that he kind of fumbled yeah.
But he came
up. I thought we should have used Ross more later in the year. I don't know why he disappeared. I'm glad you brought him up. My boy actually was like, "Oh, watch John." When we signed him to like the 1 year nothing deal, my boy was like, "Oh, watch John Ross like have a great year for us. That's how much we suck." And it's like, well, he kind of did have a good year comparing to our other wide receivers.
He stayed healthy, which was the risk. He
stayed relatively healthy, yes. But you know what? I think the issue is he got shown more for the fact that he stayed healthy. But he also got, they always said the thing about John Ross was, going back to Cincinnati, you can never judge him because he was never healthy. He has all this star potential. Well, he stayed healthy and he showed that he was still just John Ross.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
that's a good point.
He's a depth player. Like if you take a healthy John Ross and you've got him as wide receiver 4, then you've probably got a fairly decent wide receiving core. When he's up as your number 2, then you're probably in trouble.
Right. T-Brad says, Leonard Williams is a shining example of what the team became under Gettleman, make a bad trade, then overpay to keep the same player. I think that sums it up with Leonard Williams. And like we said, it's not pick on Leonard Williams hour. No. People that just dropped in late, it was just the fact that we were just talking. Things are always hard at Poppycockers. Oh no, we have someone else here.
James, I don't know if you can see that private chat that I sent, but you were talking about how the question was hard and how difficult it was to come up with one, and that's when I posted it. It was like, things are always hard at Poppy.
He goes, things are always hard.
I missed that. I gotta check that dog.
We gotta bring someone else in because you'll go in the cage. Cage goes in the water. Shark.
Yo. I can't believe you have that. That's like so crazy to me. You have the Quint.
I would reach up and get the shark is right above my head, but that's just too much effort. But we're dropping in another guest on the Big 10,000. Tim is wonderful stream, and does not know this guest, but he's gonna be giving away a Super Bowl ring in a moment as well. And of course, it's gonna be OGR.
OGR.
Oh my God, we got a full room here today. We got the Poppycock logo, we got the James, we got the OGR. OGR, thank you for dropping by. It's always appreciated when you can come in and say hello and jump into the stream. And I don't know if you heard this, but you are going to be giving away a Eli Manning 2011 Super Bowl ring. in a moment.
Wow.
Replica Super Bowl ring in a moment. So you're gonna come up with a question for the chat. So I put everyone else on the spot, so you're gonna be next.
Okay.
But we're gonna wait a couple minutes. We're talking Giants. We're talking everything wonderful. That is this organization. And I have a question because I asked this question already for everyone else, and we had it in the chat. You are able to reset one Giant. Any player, you are able to void the contract. You are able to make it look like that it never happened, that it was never there, that we never made that humongous mistake. If you had that opportunity, what would be the one player that you would delete from the Giants?
You know what, Tim? When you first started picking on this player, I was vehemently against it.
I'm about to split up, man. No, we're going back to beefing now. Okay.
And you even made a soundbite because of this player.
King of the almost sack.
And as time has gone on, it's the trade and the contract extension of Leonard Williams.
So you're getting rid of Leonard.
I'm getting rid of Leonard. Right now, he is the main piece of our defense up front. But at the end of the day, you can find defensive tackles, 3rd, 4th, 5th round that can do what Leonard Williams is going to do. So.
Yep. I mean, and I do think that's right. And I was only bringing that up because I thought it was interesting when we were because we're going through the salary cap purgatory right now. And everyone was, and there was, except for one person, everyone was so pumped to sign Leonard. And I said, don't give him more than 11 million. And I was just curious though, because it's just how quickly after one season with that big contract, the pendulum has seemed to have swung the other way for Leonard Williams. Because even when we went into the chat and everyone was in the chat, it was all Leonard Williams. I was actually going to get rid of Kenny G over Leonard. And that's shocking, over Leonard Williams. And like I said, I'm not against Leonard. It's just his production, though, compared to Kenny G is greater. And sometimes, the whole league, some equals the parts, but you just sometimes
my production is greater than Kenny G at the moment.
All of our production right here is better than Kenny G.
It's a little bit better than
we
Kenny
all have
G.
as many touchdowns in 2021.
I'm sorry. We have to stop calling him Kenny G. Because Kenny G, the artist, is better than Kenny G, okay?
Wait a minute. So you're saying that Kenny G is better than Kenny G?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I gotta agree with OGR.
Can play the clarinet, can play the saxophone. Come on now. Kenny G is better than Kenny G.
But what am I gonna call him then? I
really struggle to say his name. I don't know why. I always want to call him Golloway. I don't know why, so I have to call him Kenny G because I can never get his name right.
We can never get rid of this.
Bringing you the smooth sounds of Kenny G.
You gotta have the smooth sounds of Kenny G.
2 million. Not worth it, as you can plainly see.
I would have to get rid of that, OGR. I would have to get rid of that. I don't think I could. I don't think.
Well, you know what? We're just gonna have to think. Okay, how about this? How if we just start King of the almost touchdown? Does that work?
No, because that was King. Well, King of the almost touchdown.
King of the almost catch. You've got.
But we already have King of the almost catch.
Call them stone hands from Unnecessary Roughness.
Oh yeah, that's right, for Featherstone.
Featherstone, right? Stone with the stone hands.
Oh my God! You know what? I hate to say this, James, but we are old. You're talking Unnecessary Roughness. Sinbad was in that movie, and Sinbad.
Yes, he was.
Star in that movie. We got to do the two-toe super chat really for nothing in the world that fears more better to competition. Opposing coaches faces the bench. The entire stadium silence when I destroyed the entire offense one-on-one. Yeah, that's not good.
Oh, and Tim, I already have my question.
Oh, you already have your question.
Oh,
Guys, all right. We are going to. Oh, Saeed made it into the chat. Saeed is here. Kenny G, Vinny G is here. T-Brad's always hanging around. T-Brad said, just sent the test email. Hit me back. I'm sure it's correct email. That's onlinebigbblue@gmail.com. Yep, T-Brad, I got your email. Send me your address, my friend, so I can give you this ring. But we are ready. All right, everyone get their hands.
Very quickly, just before he does it, on the point that just flashed across there about Kenny Golladay being compromised by a bad quarterback. Well, there's only, let's find out with a potential new scheme this year. I don't necessarily think we'll have.
Oh, Dom's bored me. He bored me there.
Yo, stop.
He bored me. Sorry, he was boring me. Sorry, Dom, you were boring me. You are boring me because we have the
Let's
big
go to OGR's chat.
we have the big OGR question. All right, everyone, get everyone ready. I'm sitting up for this one.
Okay.
OGR is going to be giving away right now an Eli Manning 2011 replica Super Bowl ring. And his question is, everyone clear your comments, clear your chats, get ready to get your fingers typing. It's the first one that comes up. Protect Dom at all costs.
All right. So I'm gonna run up some pretext. Tim attended this game. He saw this catch live. In the 1986 Super Bowl, there was deflection in the end zone off of Mark Bavaro. What was the wide receiver that caught that ball?
There we go. Who was the wide receiver that benefited from the deflection off of Bavaro in the Super Bowl? First person to get that one is going to win the Eli Manning 2011 replica Super Bowl ring. I thought you were going to bring a 2000 question up. And it's wait, Hirsch, for real, you already won. Doesn't matter.
He wants multiple rings.
He wins multiple rings, but we have a winner here. It's J8 Vivo Las Vegas. J8, we're going to call J8 the winner. And because I'm not going to go with spelling. Don't worry, because we're not going to go with spelling. I understand it was McConkey. It was Phil McConkey out of Navy coming in with the big catch. OGR with a generous question. That was a generous.
Tim, I don't, obviously, here's the Pittsburgh Steelers have the terrible towel. We started the white towels. Is McConkey the one that started that, or is that before that? All right.
No, McConkey in '86 was actually he actually started the waving of the towel, and he used to wave the towel on the sidelines. And if anyone remembers in the Super Bowl, he ran out of the tunnel. He led the team out of the tunnel, waving the towel, ran all the way to the end zone, and knocked over the pylon with the towel. Basically did a towel snap and whapa, took down the pylon. I actually thought he was getting, but it was back in the day before you got penalties for that. But I actually thought he would, nowadays they probably would have tagged him for 15 yards on the kickoff coming out and doing it. But yes, McConkey was the original towel waver.
So Tim, should I have gone with a harder question?
Yes. I'm good. Honesty, of course, is my strong point. Yes. And I'm going to give you an opportunity to make up for this.
Oh, Jesus.
You could do what James did. James disappeared and then texted me and said, I'm Googling and I'll be right back.
I had to just to make sure I had it right.
So J8, email me at onlineBigBlue@gmail.com. You are the winner, onlineBigBlue@gmail.com. You are the winner of the, what is that? The third now we've given away? That is the fourth one we've given away. We're going to give away one more, and we're gonna think about this one a little bit.
Oh, I do have it, but I got to think. I got to actually think of the.
If you say what is Eli Manning's last name?
No.
Then you're going to get banned.
Think of the year that this player was drafted. I can't because I watched the draft live when we drafted this certain player, and I shook my head forever.
Okay.
So take me off real quick, Tim.
You don't have to go off.
I just have to go.
Oh, you have to Google?
No, actually, what I'll do is
I'll
just move over here.
Move over here. Now,
I thought OGR was gonna.
I was like, if we go over here now, of course you could see the wide open spaces of the living room, and the Bengals like to come in directly.
I got my computer over here.
You can, I'll just do your thing. We come back.
No, we're good. I can stay live and do this.
I thought OGR was going to come with some. Who was the Giants' special teams assistant coach back in 1978?
I was thinking about that one.
Listen, I was just waiting for what is Eli Manning's last name.
Do you know what though? The thing is, we've got a bit of a preview to this question, and it's OGR grimaced when we were drafted. That could be any player in the last 10 years, pretty much.
I want to break a misconception here. Harry Carson was not the first player to dump Gatorade on Bill Parcells. This is a little unknown. This is yes, he is known for it, but this is an urban myth. The first player to actually dump the Gatorade on Parcells was Jim Burt. I forget what.
How long were you in hospital for afterwards?
Jim Burt, Parcells rode Jim Burt's ass all week in practice, leading up to this game, all week in practice. And what happened was Giants won the game, and Burt had a great game. So, kind of as a FU and a celebratory thing, he actually took the Gatorade and dumped it on Parcells. And it was that now Harry Carson got the fame for it, but it was actually Jim Burt who was the first person to dump Gatorade on Bill Parcells. Little Giant history there.
All right.
Oh wow.
So
now wait a minute. Do you have your question?
I definitely have my question.
All right. OGR.
I just have to double check.
He is going to redeem himself, and we're going to give away. This is the last Eli Manning replica Super Bowl ring that we are giving away because I'm going to go broke if I keep giving away these things.
All right.
Here we go.
In 1995, we took this running back. What is his name? And name the two teams that he played for.
In 1995, we took a running back.
17th overall.
17th. I already know who it is. 17th overall.
Is this a little bit more challenging?
Yes, because I can't think of the two teams that he played for.
Well, no. I mean, obviously, the one is the obvious one, but you got to get the second one.
Oh, you got to get the second one. And
obviously, one is the Giants.
I laugh because of the fact that we just because James.
I know. I was just gonna. I don't want to say it, but he was reading my mind. We
have Jordan Torres coming in with Tyrone Wheatley. Now you got to name the other team, Tyrone. You got to name the other team.
You better Google it.
Jordan. I'm sorry, Jordan. You got to name the other team, Jordan. Because you got to give both. Because I was going to say, because James just showed the signed Tyrone Wheatley card. So come on, we need the team. And I talked about it because he rushed for 1,000 yards on this team. Hirsch for real.
That's crazy that OGR, you came up with that question. My fault, Tim. I didn't mean to cut you off. But that's crazy you came up with that Tyrone Wheatley question too.
I'm banging my head against the wall because I remember sitting down and watching that draft, and behind Ron Dane, to me, he's one of the second biggest Giants failures.
Oh yeah, Ron Dane. Oh my God.
Yeah, he was. Tyrone comes up with Wheatley and the Raiders.
There we go.
He rushed for 1,000 yards.
In back-to-back seasons.
In back-to-back seasons. You know what worse is? Gerard Bunch, who the Giants took, the fullback years ago, went on to the Raiders. Didn't have a great career, but had a better career with the Raiders than he did with the Giants. But Tyrone, you are the winner of the last Eli Manning replica Super Bowl ring. I'm sorry there, Jordan Torres. You were a little slow. You had to have both parts of this question, but Tyrone comes in with the big win, wins the ring, wins the send me an email at onlineBigBlue@gmail.com. Send me an email at onlineBigBlue@gmail.com. I'm going to try to get all rings out today. So we have them by hopefully the end of the week. But that was a good question. That was a much better question. Except the fact that James already asked that question.
No, that's crazy.
That was a good question.
But hey, great minds think alike, OGR.
There we go.
Great minds think alike, brother.
You know what's kind of funny? I used to watch a lot of Saturday morning cartoons on ABC, and actually their thing, because they wanted to change that narrative, they actually would start saying, great minds think for themselves, and they'd go through different histories of different people that, either invented something or came up with, different concepts or whatever. So,
well, I always talk about the G.I. Joe cartoon from the 80s, and now you know, because you do
knowing is half the battle.
Knowing is half the battle, and now you know. This is a great question, guys, and I'm going to go around the clock here. I'm going to go Dom, OGR, and James. Who is the biggest draft bust in Giants?
Oh, I can come up with 3 because it's all the same position.
Oh, I got one.
We're gonna go with Dom first. Who is your biggest draft bust? Great question by Vinny G.
I mean, I don't go back as far in history as you guys, to be honest. So I mean, mine is fairly recent and it have to be DeAndre Baker, but there are definitely bigger ones through history than that. But I've only been following the side about 5-6 years now, so DeAndre gets it for me. But there are definitely bigger ones in history than that. That's a late first round pick.
But that is a good one. Then he went on to have not success, but some success in Kansas City. I mean, he at least made it onto the field. OGR, who was your biggest? You could give me more than one, but you got to give me who would be your top guy and then you give me your ancillary guys.
All right. Well, because I hate him so much. It was actually the what's the other draft called? I'm trying to think of the name of it. Only because it ended up costing us a pick.
Compensatory?
But Dave,
The supplemental draft.
for me, it was Dave Brown.
Supplemental draft. We lost the first round pick for him.
Yep. For me, it was Dave Brown, but there's three guys that come to mind. Obviously, one being Tyrone Wheatley, another one being Ron Dane, and then obviously you right now, considering what's gone on, and I love him. And before anybody sits there and says, "Oh, you're just on the bandwagon," no. I watched this player at Penn State from his rookie year on, and I love Saquon Barkley. But you have to put him in that Ron Dane, Tyrone Wheatley category right now.
Now, even though he has run for over 2,000 yards, yes, my moderator is telling me Hirsch for real was the winner of the question. Hirsch for real has actually won every ring, so he's already won. Thank you, moderator. He's already won a ring, but he's actually answered every single question. But can you really consider him a bust of Ron Dane esqueness?
Because he won offensive rookie of the year, right?
The only reason I say this is because
back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons.
And you know what? The only reason I say this, and I hate saying it about him, considering where he was drafted and where he is now, he's just not living up to potential. And that's basically why I put him in that category.
The reason I wouldn't put him in that category is because it's not necessarily his fault he was drafted number 2 as a running back, which is just generally speaking what you don't do. But secondly, I think the injuries have played a big part, and he's not an injury-prone player. I think he's been unfortunate with the injuries. That does mean that he has not lived up to expectations, and there's no question he hasn't, apart from that first season. But I'm not sure I could put him in the bust category, because I don't think when he's been on the field, he's let us down. And I think when I want to talk about bust, I want to be looking at what his specific actions have done, which have undermined his Giants career, whereas I don't think Saquon's done anything that puts him into that category. But I would agree with you that he hasn't lived up to what we would have hoped when he was drafted.
No, especially not the last 2 years. I agree with that. I'm not ready to call him a bust yet, but I think if he does not come back, and you did take him second overall, yeah, he's got to be. He even after his first season, like I said, you can't. We've talked about this with Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams, you have 5 seasons, and then you have 1. This 1 does not negate the 5. So if he does not come back this year, yeah, you have to consider him a waste of a pick.
So let me throw this out here. Let's say he has a very meddling season, and let's just say, because I have his stats pulled up, he has a Tyrone Wheatley 1997 season where he puts up 723 yards. He'll probably get 200-300 yards receiving. Not good enough, obviously. At that point, you're not going to re-sign him.
I'm not. Is this true? I keep getting breaking news: the Giants declining Daniel Jones's 5th-year option.
I haven't seen it. But
I'll check. Give me 5 minutes, and I'll let you know.
Everyone Google that. Everyone Google it. While they're Googling, James, who is your bust?
All right. So, Big OGR took one of mine. Ron Dane. That was a good one. Heisman winner. Thought he'd come in here, be a big bruising Brandon Jacobs type. I was really excited for that. He really definitely let me down, as he did all of us. I got 3. I'm going to go two former players and 1 current that I think is going to be up there when his career is done. 1, David Wilson, running back. I never understood why we took that guy. I mean, he was like athletic.
Because Tampa Bay took the guy we wanted ahead of us, the running back. What's his name?
I know, but the Giants have to stop this thing of if we didn't get the guy we wanted, then we're going to take this guy. Like, we've been doing that a lot, and it hasn't worked out. Ruben Randall comes to mind too. Wide receiver, I think was it LSU.
Second-round pick. Wrong way, Ruben.
Just never really just did anything of consequence. And I think that when it's all said and done, I think Daniel Jones is going to go up there when 5 years from now, when we get away from him and we're moving in the right direction and we could come together and collect our thoughts and look back. We took a quarterback at 6 from Duke that nobody heard of, that for 4 years, unless he plays the full 17 games now, not 16, full 17 games this year. He was never healthy.
Right.
He was never regarded as one of the top rookies, even one of the top 3 or 4 quarterbacks taken in the last 3 years. All we talk about is his potential, and we never won with him. And yet we kept giving him chance after chance after chance. But when you really look at how the analysts are talking about how when John Mara is, we're going to give Daniel Jones another chance. Like, they make the face like somebody passed gas. Like, why are the Giants doing that? I don't know. You take a quarterback in the top 10, he's supposed to change your life.
Top 6. So do we have anything on the Google?
Right now I'm looking at Twitter, and a lot of people are speculating the rumor as it's almost a foregone conclusion, but I've not found any like concrete evidence from people, sources that I trust. But around those sources, there is rumors that the Giants will not pick up his 5th-year option.
Now let's go to Ask Jeeves. Ask Jeeves.
No, he's exactly right. There is a lot of reporting, but it's speculation, not confirmed. And none of the big source guys that you'd be expected to be reporting this are reporting it.
Windplug says it's from ESPN First, or at ESPN First on Twitter, I'm assuming.
But there's lots of speculation and lots of recent in the last half an hour speculation.
James, we're too cool to Google.
I would just sit here laughing because I'm like that would be kind of harsh. Like, I don't want to pick up his option either. Can you imagine Daniel Jones sitting there having his Starbucks on a Sunday, and all of a sudden Giants aren't picking up my option on a Sunday?
They have till May. They have till May. So, but I'm going to go.
It's not a surprise though, right?
That's not
this isn't surprising news.
But I'm going to finish out the top draft bus, because I'm always the crazy one that always goes back in the reach of the Giant history. Joe Don Looney, drafted in 1964, 12th overall at Oklahoma.
God, 1964. Jim Crow was still going on. My God.
Running back. He actually got traded 20 days into training camp, and he had more fines in training camp than he did salary for his entire season before the Giants turned around and traded him less than 30 days. And I think it was like 2 weeks in the training camp. He went on to Baltimore, and he didn't really succeed in Baltimore. And at one point, he told Don Shula told him, go into the game and bring in this play. He looked at Don Shula, said no, and said, I am not Western Union. Okay, that's what to me, that is a bust. 12th overall. Wow. You accumulate more fines than your salary, and then they trade you away during training camp.
The original Antonio Brown was.
He makes Antonio Brown look sane, and this was back in the 60s.
Wow, you pulled that one out. You pulled that one out.
That one, but. Let's talk about Daniel Jones.
It was 20 years before I was born, to be fair. But
it's like
another one, very recent one, was probably Eli Apple as well.
Eli Apple is a good one. Thank you, Pimp Name Slickback. Thank you for the super chat on the congrats on the 10K. We are still checking our resources here on the Daniel Jones trail. But is anyone, and we're going to start with James, is anyone surprised about Daniel Jones? I mean, are you shocked at all, James, that you're not going to?
No, I'm pleasantly surprised because, all the talk with Shane coming in with his press conference and Dable and everything you're hearing, and if you actually believed everything that the guy on TV says all the time, you'd go crazy. And if you really believe that Dable and Shane in the back of their minds are really thinking, oh yeah, we can rest our Giants' careers here on Daniel Jones, then you're crazy. So it's a pleasant surprise, but I think it's also the logical thing to do. Like when I was on your stream before, I was talking about, what your fantasy wants and then reality needs.
Yep.
And some of you may want to keep Daniel Jones and may want the Giants to pick up the option, but the need for the team and what's smart is to not do it.
Right.
Not to do it. So I'm glad.
Is there any shock in the OGR kingdom? If this
there really isn't. And it kind of just aligns with what I've said for a while. You look at all the track record, all the people we've brought in, all these people who have nurtured young quarterbacks in their career somehow, some way. And everybody thought, okay, it aligned with the thought of Daniel Jones coming in and this is gonna be a swan song. They're gonna allow him to be nurtured under these guys, and that's just not the case. And I do think we're drafting a quarterback. I really do.
Oh, OG, I hope you're right, baby. Sorry for screaming.
That's all right, because OGR knows. OGR knows. I mean, he just knows where we're going with the quarterback.
Yes, Sam Howell, right? That's the one you want, Tim, isn't it? I think pretty much.
Yo, did y'all hear? I heard something crazy this morning, real quick, that the Saints were looking at Malik.
On the board, the Malik Willis Express.
Sam, you are lucky. You got to come back.
I you know what? I was surprised. I thought for sure I have the power. It was coming up. And...
This is a new, kinder, gentler online Big Blue Sports.
Thankfully for me, he realized I was only pulling his chain. But
I couldn't find the button fast enough, or the would have been dumb. I mean, any shock? Any shock from across the pond?
No. I mean, when it was being said in the press conference, it was like, no, this is just to protect value. It's to, you're not throwing him under the bus and when you haven't even seen him, etc., etc. No shock. He's injured. He's not been playing well. And just because you're not picking up his fifth option doesn't mean you can't actually sign him for a new contract if you want to. I don't think he will get a new contract. I don't think we should give him a new contract. But no, this is the last season for Daniel Jones. And I don't see a trade happening anytime soon either because he's injured.
See, this is interesting because if you go on Bleacher Report, it's what's his name? Jordan. I can't remember that guy's name.
Renan?
Yeah, thank you. He's the one that was reporting that the NFC team is increasingly unlikely to pick up the contract before May's deadline. It's not saying they're not going to. He's reporting that, and this is what I find interesting about Twitter. I mean, someone just comes out and says, "Well, they may not do it, and it's unlikely they're going to do it." But then all of a sudden, Twitter explodes saying, "They're not picking up Daniel Jones for their option." Okay, well, one guy came out and just said it's unlikely. He's not saying they're not. He's just saying it's unlikely. James, I redeemed us because I'm the one that found the information. James and I are the better Googlers. James just sits there and looking cool in his hat. I did the Googling for James, but that's what Jordan's saying, that it's unlikely they're not going to pick him up, which makes sense because it's 20-something million.
Well, come on. It's just. Even if you're not a Giants fan, if you ask a Cleveland Brown fan, if you ask a San Diego Charger fan, hey, so the Giants pick up the option on Daniel Jones? You know what they're gonna say? No. And that's it. No big discussion, no back and forth, just no. That's it.
I got a question, and we're gonna start with OGR. And Giants, of course, are one of 32 teams. If you could pluck for say in salary cap is we're not even going to get involved in salary cap, but if you could pluck one quarterback from the other 31 teams to replace Daniel Jones, who would that quarterback be? Who would you say, you know what, we're putting Daniel Jones on the island with Levy and Leonard. I could take one guy. Now you got to remember, we're not talking about for one season, we're talking about longevity.
I mean, this is an easy pick for me, and only because of our coaching staff factors into it. And I mean, the most logical choice would be Josh Allen.
Okay.
Ooh,
that's a
good
one.
That.
I like that one too. Vinny, someone actually got mine. Hirsch for real actually came up with mine. But Dom, we're gonna go with you. Who is going to be your one guy? If you're plucking a guy, you're dumping Daniel, and you can take one of the other 31.
Dwayne Haskins. No.
I was waiting for Tyrod Taylor.
That's funny.
He's not starting quarterback though.
I actually, and I was very, very wrong about him when he came out of the draft. But it's Herbert. He really impressed me in LA and Chargers. And I like his age. I like his arm. I think he's mobile enough, and I would take Herbert.
Okay, James.
OGR, you took mine. You took White Vic. I love that guy, Josh Allen. Man, he's a beast.
The
only reason I did it is because Brian Dable's here, and it just makes the most logical sense.
Right.
That does make a lot of sense because of Dable. It would be a bit like Mahomes, and I know the offensive coordinator.
Because I would have went Herbert or Mahomes had Dable not been here. So
cool.
All right, James.
All right, so for me, All right, so we're the New York Giants, right? We've lost our swag, we've lost our way. Shoot, the Jets arguably have had a cooler quarterback, just cooler off the field, in Joe Namath than we've probably ever had. So I'm taking Joe B from Cincinnati. I'm taking Joe Burrow. I think his swag, I think his confidence would go good with New York. I think he'd elevate the team, the players, the locker room. Everybody would feel like we could win on Sunday.
And it's interesting because he won without an offensive line.
Oh, yes. I hear that all the time that, our quarterback needs an offensive line. Yet I saw that guy get murdered against the Tennessee Titans and still win the game.
I didn't even think about that because I was going to go with the Duck. But actually, I might go with Burrows because you can't complain anymore that you don't have a quarterback that win without an offensive line.
He shows he's tough. He shows he's tough.
Do you know why I didn't go with Joe Burrow? And you're exactly right, because I was considering him highly. The reason I didn't was because although he proved this season and he stayed healthy all season, I would be worried towards the tail end of his career about that massive serious leg injury he got last year coming back. And that's why I went Herbert over Burrow.
Right. I would still go with the Duck. Everyone knows that I talk about positional value. And logic
very quickly, can I give you? Can I ask James and OGR about how if Derek Carr came to us? I don't think he will, by the way. But...
Yo, it's funny. I was watching his brother on NFL Network, and I was just talking to my boys, like, and I was like, "There, I feel bad for David. Like his career, like all I remember from his career is like Carr drop back to pass. Oh, Carr goes down.
Actually, the thing about David Carr, watching him with the Texans, that's the first time where I actually watched a quarterback who I thought had very high potential and it was cultivated with a better organization, would have been a better quarterback in the NFL. That's the guy I'm like, cumulative hits over a career took a toll on this kid very quickly. Because I thought David Carr had all the potential in the world to be a rock star. So
he had one good season with the Texans, but he took a beating. Him and Tim Couch. Tim Couch.
Oh yeah, Tim Couch.
Tim Couch came with all the hype in Cleveland, but he came into a basically.
Perfect example of coming into a good player coming into the wrong team and the wrong organization, right?
Yeah, you come in. Yeah, I mean Tim Couch. I mean he came out of Kentucky. He thought he was going to set the league on fire, but you come in basically to a team that's not just a rebuild, basically starting to reset. But I've talked about positional value all the time in the draft, and Logic's fine is like explain positional values. Positional value just has to do with the fact that you have positions that have a higher. If you have NFL teams will have a value chart. And it may be different for each teams. And they'll have, like on the value chart, they may have offensive tackle, cornerback, blah, 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 blah. And that's why certain times you don't see certain positions go as high because the positional value in reference to not only what it means to the team and contract value is the reason how they look at these charts. And I've talked about positional value over and over again. I'm going to start with Dom. And I'm a big believer in positional value. I'm a big believer that you don't take a safety at 5. You don't take a tight end at 7. You don't take a center in the top 10. You don't take a running back second overall. I'm a big believer in that. Dom, do you think it's anything? Do you think there's anything to positional value, or do you think it's just bumpkiss?
No, I think, the fact that every team, generally speaking, seems to go after the main positions at the top end of the draft year after year after year has some value to it. I think there are exceptions. You look at Quentin Nelson going recently, in the last 5 years as a guard, Saquon Barkley as a running back, et cetera, et cetera. But they seem to be the exception rather than the rule. And I think there's a reason that 32 teams consistently, well, not 32 because some remain good year after year after year and don't end up picking in the sort of top 10. But year after year, you don't see these guys go. You can make an argument, for instance, that Hamilton is the best player in the draft this year, but I guarantee he doesn't go overall number 1 overall. And I don't think he'd go number 1 overall, even if Jacksonville's biggest need was safety, which it isn't. But so I am a big believer in that. I think that's right, and I also think that there are positions that are probably easier to play, and that's why you can draft that player in the 2nd, 3rd round.
Right, James. Same question. Positional value is it the way of the NFL? Is it worth anything? Would you change it, or what is your thoughts on just? And this is a great one, Jonathan, that says positional value is why we're not drafting Linderbaum in the top 10. What's your thoughts on positional value?
I agree with your definition explanation. I agree with what Dom is saying as well, as far as you draft, you can't overdraft, you can't overprice a pick. But like Dom said, there are sometimes just outliers or freaks or just somebody that's like, you know what, we have to take this guy here because it's just the upside just seems so amazing that we can't risk passing on them. But especially when you're in a position like if you're a team that's already established, you know, you can take chances on guys. You know, if you're in a position like we are, you have to go for positional value. You know, you have to be careful. You can't really go for just go for the freak guy that, you know, looks like he may be a Hall of Famer or he has all this upside. We have to kind of stay the course because we are in a position of rebuild. So the positional value thing, I agree with what you said first about you don't like with the Linderbaum. Like I like Linderbaum. I watch him more. I read up on. I like him, but is he worth at 5? Is he worth at 7? You know, can you get maybe will he drop down later? Can you get a valuable center later in the first round, in the second round? You know, yes, you can. That's been proven in history. But so I just think that there are outliers, like Don was saying. You know, every now and then it's somebody so special that it's like, you know what, screw it, we got to take a chance on this kid. But when you're in a position like we are, you have to be very careful, and you can't overreach. Otherwise, we're going to end up with a bunch of I don't want to keep hammering this kid, so I'm not going to say his name. But we're going to end up with a bunch of picks that we think that in year 4 or 5 we're still going to be hoping that they matriculate into something when we know they're not by then.
You're Hank Stram. You are old. You're gonna matriculate the ball down the field. Same question.
I agree with everything everybody said. I mean, to me, I think outliers happen a little bit more often than people think. But to me, there's also an argument. Like I saw somebody in the chat sit there and say, okay, well, this is why you can't take Linderbaum at 7. Well, a lot of people think that Linderbaum in the teens or even early teens is better than nothing. So, you know, like not better than nothing, but that Linderbaum at 10, 11, 12 wouldn't be, you know, that wouldn't be overdrafting him essentially.
Right.
Okay. So my argument is, okay, it's okay to take him at 7 if you really wanted to. I'm not saying that's what you should do. I'm just saying somebody like that, I can understand. And yes, is that the positional value? Does that foul, you know, the structure? No, it doesn't. But I can see slightly overdrafting people and filling a need and getting somebody who you think is going to be very successful. Because even though you don't think that Linderbaum should be taken at 5 or 7, Tim, you would agree that you think Linderbaum's the best center in the draft.
I think he's the best center of the draft. I agree. But like I did the video a couple of weeks ago. I think the highest center in the last 20 years was taken like 16. And that's there is a positional value reason. And I understand your point as well. But like I said, I just think that and I don't want to keep picking on Saquon because I'm a big Saquon Barkley fan.
So much.
I liked the pick.
Me too.
I did like the pick, but I understand everyone saying you don't take a running back 2nd overall. I get that. And I understood that from the minute it happened. I was still happy. And to your point, I guess, yeah, you could say that as well. I mean, would I be upset if they grabbed Linderbaum at 7? I would probably be upset, but to your point, I would probably understand it. But I would think positionally it would have been a reach.
Oh, absolutely. In no realm, it's not a reach. I agree with that 100%. I'm just saying if they do it, I can understand it. I'd be okay with because somebody's going to sit there and where was Brandon Sheriff taken? He wasn't taken in the top 5, right?
No, I don't believe so. No,
he was in the top 10. Brandon Sheriff was taken very.
Yeah, he was 10.
Dom,
but
Google that.
Guards don't often go that high as well. So.
Oh my goodness! One of our dogs got out, and I'm watching the text messages from one of my son went out to go.
Apparently, he was number 5,
and he left. He was number 5.
Oh wow!
Oh wow! I thought he was a little lower than that. I'm just laughing. One of our dogs
and I mean, let's say there was a Brandon Sheriff type-esque player. We struggle at guard, especially Will Hernandez. If you could sit there and go, okay, I'll take a Brandon Sheriff, you know, a known commodity, somebody that you could, you know, that you're so confident in. I mean, would you be okay if there was somebody who fit Brandon Sheriff's profile in this year's draft and, you know, we took him at 5?
To your point now, I'm a big believer in positional value, but to your point, let's say we took Linderbaum at 7 or 5, right? And he turns out to be a Hall of Fame centre that plays for the Giants the next 15 years. No one's complaining about that pick. But my preference would be always to go and take a position where you're less likely to find that position to the same to anywhere near that quality further down. But you're right. There are if that player works out for you, then absolutely there's no issue with that pick.
Oh my goodness gracious! I'm sorry. I'm still dealing with the dog that got out, and of course it's the dumbest dog we have, and it's the biggest one. It's the dog that's like 130 pounds, and evidently he thinks he's still 7 pounds, but he was going up to people that were walking down the street trying to say hello, and of course you have a 130-pound dog trying to come. Most people don't understand that he thinks he's a 7-pound puppy.
If you don't mind me asking, Tim, what type of dog is it?
It is a Bernese Mountain Dog.
My God, that's one of my favorite dogs.
It is a Bernese. We have a Bernese and 2 labs.
My only reluctancy on getting a Bernese Mountain Dogs is the health problems, which all dogs do. But it's the lack of longevity when it comes.
Well, the average age is 8 years.
Yeah, and that's why I wouldn't get one, because I always want a dog that my kids could grow up with. So, but True. I mean, that's my favorite dog. So.
Yeah, we have two Goldens as well. So I mean, it's and one of them's 13. Yes, but our dog is 120, 130 pounds, and his name is Buddy.
Oh wow!
Because of the fact that he thinks everyone is his buddy. I mean, literally, this dog loves. I mean, he goes to the vet, and he got in trouble last time he went because he runs. The only dog I know that runs into the vet, and he ran behind the counter, and this lady was on the phone, and she wasn't paying attention to him. So what does he do? Buddy takes his big paw, and knocks the phone out of her hand. And then takes his head and puts it on her lap. Needless to say, she was not happy about what happened, but that basically sums him up. I
don't mean to be rude, but she works in a vet, so you must expect this sort of thing to happen.
I don't think you expect a 130-pound dog to somehow get around the desk.
Maybe not a 130-pound dog, but
then, like you said, and then literally smacked the phone out of her hand. I mean, I was dying laughing. I was like, oh my God, she was just not happy. Zach made us save back into West Virginia. Thank you for Super Chat. Giants need diversity who they draft. We cannot just take one position in all 7 rounds, and we're willing for Willis. If you guys, and we're gonna start with OGR real quick, so we're gonna end this stream in a few minutes. OGR, if you are the Giants, you have the 5th pick. And let's just say you could have anyone that you want. It doesn't matter that you're at 5. Let's just say all top 5 players are available. Who are you taking? Who would be your dream scenario that they fell to 5?
Hutchinson.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though he looked less than stellar in the bowl game.
He did look less than stellar in the bowl game, but a lot of people look less than stellar in the bowl game. So.
Yeah. So you would go Hutchinson. Now, OGR.
Tim, I'll be right back. Give me 10 seconds. I got to do one thing real quick, brother.
10 seconds. James is going to go pee. So, Don, we're going to ask you the same question. You have the pick. Everyone is fallen. What's that?
I said I could do it all in 10 seconds.
That's what she said.
Indeed. That's what
she knows.
She knows.
I gave her the best 9.5 seconds of her life.
Oh, dear me. Personal best that would be. I mean, I would also take Hutchinson. I consider Neal. And I'm also picking them on the ground. I don't think they'll be there at 5, which means I can retain who I take at 5 for a little while longer.
Yeah. OGR, we have a dog recommendation. Vinny G says get a German Shepherd.
Actually, funny story. My dad actually had a German Shepherd. His name was Casey. He probably died about 2-3 years ago. Probably the best dog I've ever seen in my life. The most obedient, like there for you, whatever you needed, that dog was there. There's no German Shepherd that could ever replace Casey. So the answer would be no on a German Shepherd. I couldn't do that to my father. I live right next door. I'm not getting the one dog breed the one dog breed that he like absolutely loves. So no.
Dom, what is your dog breed?
I would take a lab or I'd take a lab. I'm not very good on dogs, but we had one when we were growing up and he was lovely. So yeah, definitely that.
All right, so Dom is not big on dogs.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not against dogs. I could have a dog and I'd have absolutely no idea what I had. Like, I don't pay enough attention to what types they are.
Oh, you don't pay enough attention to what kind of breed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Growing
Yeah,
up, my favorite though was a Dalmatian.
We're about to go through a whole load of building work, but I suspect there's a decent chance that we will get a dog of some kind in the.
Dom.
My wife loves dogs. She was a trained veterinary nurse, etc. And my son is just getting over his fear of dogs. He was knocked over by a big dog when he was 2, as in like up, sort of up to my shoulder, sort of bit height. And he was just walking through the park, and he got off.
So it was a Chihuahua.
Yeah, it's a Chihuahua, it's a poodle. But yeah, so he's just getting over his fear. So I think getting a dog would be good for him. And his sister, unfortunately, picked up the fear for no apparent reason. But I can understand Edward's fear because it's a big old dog. But yeah, I don't pay enough attention to the breeds. But we had a golden retriever or a lab. I'm not quite sure what she was, but that.
So that's what we're gonna go with. So that we're gonna go with that. We're waiting for James to come back. But guys, we're gonna be wrapping this stream up. I always do this at the end of the stream, and of course we're gonna start with OGR, who was gracious enough to come back on. I'm gonna give you more than one question. I don't know if you guys been watching the questions in the chat, so I don't know if you want to ask a question there. But if you have a giant question, or if you want to talk something giant related that you guys have been waiting to talk about, OGR, we're gonna start with you. Like I said, what do you got for us? What's the news? What's the big information, or what's the big question?
Honestly, I've been so far removed from Giants content because of what's going on geopolitically in the world. Obviously,
yeah, of course.
To me, I'm just kind of wait and see. Obviously, as that deadline comes closer in March, I'll be more up to date, paying attention. I mean, I've been watching your draft videos. I'm in lockstep. I like the one earlier in the week talking about defense. So to me, I mean, I really don't have much. I mean, but I'm happy to answer questions. So
yeah, it's happy to answer. Oh, and we had one question that came through on Twitter. That's Buddy.
Oh,
that's Buddy. That's Buddy the dog. And yes, that is a football.
I was going to say, what is that? That's dope.
But that's Buddy the dog. That's the one that's when running around the neighborhood saying hello to everybody. So Dom, what is your any pearls of wisdom, any questions, anything exciting going on in Giantland you want to bring up?
I mean, there's not a lot happening right now, is there? To be honest with you, potentially with Jones' option, which I imagine, if these rumors are true, will be announced at some point tomorrow or Tuesday. But yeah, there's not a lot happening. I'm not getting excited about free agency. Because I don't expect any big moves there at all. I'm just really looking forward to the draft at this point. I did have one thing which has gone straight out of my mind, but it's a big topic that we don't want to be covering at the end of the stream. So I'll try and remember what that is for Tuesday. You are there, OGR?
You all right there?
No, I'm
done a hernia, or you're watching some sport.
Chelsea and Liverpool.
Yeah, I'm watching that too. Yeah.
And I just watched a guy get nailed right in the groin.
Oh,
he's not getting up for a while.
No, he's definitely not. Is that
interesting because I'm watching porn too?
Is that right?
Well, I just heard Chelsea right in the groin. I just assumed you guys were watching porn. I'm sorry.
No. We're talking about the potential for poppycockers.
Yeah, Chardonnay's going to rub it better. It'll be fine.
I'm not touching that one. That's what she said. But Dom, I'm sorry. Did you ask a question?
No, I had something which is actually ironically gone clean out of my mind, but it was too big a topic to bring up anyway now because it's something that's worthy of discussion over a longer period than 5 minutes.
All right, James. We're wrapping this up today, James. We just wanted to know if there was.
Well, I want to know who James is taking at 5.
Oh yes, James, you disappeared.
All right, my fault.
Yeah, it's your fault. 5. You're at 5, of course, but you have the ability to select any of the players at 5. Any of the players has fallen down to you at 5. Who would you hope, or who would you take if you could take any player in the draft right now at 5?
It's either Neil or I'm Devin Lloyd. I like. I think Giants. As long as I've been watching them for like 30 years, our linebacking core has kind of diminished from obviously what it was in the 80s from the powerhouse it was. And we never had a collective group of linebackers that just, that we could trust. There was always like 1 or 1.5 or 2 out of the 3, but we've never had like a core that like all together. So I think Devin Lloyd, if we can bring back Martinez if he's healthy, Ojulari, look for somebody else. Like then we'll start bringing, because I'm just tired of seeing tight ends smoke us, man. The Giants are getting smoked by tight ends running down the field. Our linebackers can't cover them, and I would like to see Devin Lloyd. I've been researching him more, liking him more, or Evan Neal. If he drops down,
I would take Neal if he drops, and Vinny G, of course, as you guys are the A team, great content. Thanks.
Do you know what's going to happen?
Wait, hold on, wait, Dom, I want to hear if it's the afternoon.
Yes, it is the afternoon, and I got to feed you soon. So go back in the other room for about 2 minutes. Okay, thank you.
But we have to go sledding.
We will go sledding, I promise.
You guys are going sledding? It snowed?
And we're going to eat lunch?
Yeah, we're going to eat lunch, and then we're going to go sledding.
What are we having for lunch?
Daddy, are you coming?
That is a decision that is still being pondered. That's why
I'm going grilled cheese.
That is a very strong likelihood. Right
My son had a grilled cheese sandwich the other day. James, what is your lunch for OGR's kids?
I was going to say pizza.
Pizza?
No,
Pizza?
pizza.
Dom?
Oh, my guys are having burgers tonight, so.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You're the only one that's all screwed up. Tyrone, that email address onlineBigBlue@gmail.com.
Yeah, take it off now. Thank you.
So we've come to the conclusion that James is going to go Neal. Dom is going to have too big of a question, and OGR's kids are having mac and cheese. I mean, no, grilled cheese. We've covered a lot today in this $10,000 this 10,000 subscriber thank you stream. Tyrone, that email address is onlineBigBlue@gmail.com. LeVar, I can't have you drop in today because we are dropping out because we've been on for 2 hours and 20 minutes. Zach says chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets are always good.
Oh, chicken nuggets. Yeah, that's a good one.
I would actually enjoy. I'm having steak brisket. I mean, some brisket for lunch today that we got from the farm. So I'm going to be doing that today. So I'm going to, you know what, guys, I want to thank.
I'm now having an OGR situation.
God forbid you have to go raise your kids.
I know.
God forbid,
They know who you're talking to. Like the Beatles, bigger than Jesus, and you keep it just talking to your children. Oh my goodness gracious!
Do you know what? If she knew I was talking to you, she'd be straight in and sitting on my chair right now.
I'm not going to say your child's name, but I would talk. You know me. I enjoy talking to her. She's the tallest one in the family outside of your wife.
Very nearly.
And that's not a lie. But I actually enjoy talking to her. She actually cracks me up. But I want to thank everyone for coming on. Like I said, and it is a Sunday, and I do appreciate it. And I want to thank everyone, of course, for 10,000 subscribers. I mean, if I ever thought that would have happened in 2.5 years, I probably would have been shocked. Like everyone for hanging out, Tyrone, Zach, Mark, Hirsch for real, T. Brad, LeVar, everyone coming in, to Tuto, Vinny G. Really appreciate it. And like I said, guys, I appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out and doing it. And James, like I said, I'm going to go around the room and say something nice. James, nice hat. James, I always appreciate your insight. I always appreciate the fact that you pump me up a lot of times when we're not when I'm down, but when I'm not feeling the giant nation. Sometimes you're always there to send me information, so I greatly appreciate that. Dom, couldn't do the show on Tuesdays without you. You know that. I make fun of you a lot.
Couldn't get less subscribers without me either.
I couldn't lose. I may lose subscribers faster than anything when you're on, but you know what? It's always enjoyable. I couldn't do it without you.
I'm the Usain Bolt of your channel, right?
Exactly. But I appreciate you always coming on Tuesday and dealing with it. And Dom is, again, another one that I probably text way too often. Sorry. Or in reverse. And OGR, who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it after a rocky start to our relationship? That now we are a happily married couple.
Yeah, I know.
that we have gone overboard. We have gone to the other side, and I appreciate. And another person that I think was funny. I'm not going to talk about what I texted you the other day, but I actually texted something to OGR last week or 2 weeks ago that wasn't even a giant related question. It was just a question that I need to have answered. But I appreciate you always coming and finding the time with your kids and everything else going on. I know everyone's got a busy life, and like I said, I really appreciate OGR, James, and and the Dahmer for everything you guys do. I appreciate everyone from the channel that's hung out for so long, and so like I said, we'll see what the next year has to handle. And I'm going to give everyone one last comment. We're going to go James, Dom, and then OGR is going to close it out. So James, what's your last comment to everyone, all the 50 people that have hung in for the last 2 hours and 28 minutes?
Well, just real quick, shout out to everybody in the chat. It's always lovely when we walk into PC. You know what that means if you've been in the chat for a while. PC, Poppycockers, and shout out to Tim for the 10K. You're a great YouTuber, a great friend, a great man. We appreciate the content, something different than what everybody else is putting out. Thank you for having me on the show anytime you do. And shout out to OGR, Dom the Don Juan. I love coming here. This is my ESPN. This is my our man cave. So just shout out to Tim and everybody. Thank you. And yes, can't wait to see what this year has coming up. Very excited for the future.
Well, it's greatly appreciated. Dom?
There's been a goal, but was going to say James said it best. Tim, congratulations on the 10K. Thanks for having me on, everyone. It's really good chat, really good comments. Even when people don't agree with me, I think that's exactly what I love about this channel that you have here, is that you can disagree, and for the most part, it's done in a really good way, a really constructive way that sort of prompts debate rather than is personal. And yeah, big congratulations on the show, and James, OGR, always a pleasure to talk to you guys as well.
And OGR, you're going to close it out.
All right. Well, Tim, congratulations on 10,000. I never thought you were going to get there, but you did. So congratulations. You've been a stand-up, individual in the YouTube community. And, at the end of the day, people may not like you, but you're honest, and honesty is always the best policy. It really is. So, and as far as John, Dom and James, it's been a pleasure working with you guys, meeting two new friends, and really working with it. So it's been awesome. And I think that goal was overturned there, Dom.
Yeah, it's just being overturned. Yeah.
Yeah, and it clearly is offside.
Yeah, it's definitely offside, 100%.
And James, we're gonna go talk about full force or something about that. We're gonna. I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
But guys, before we go, I've just taken a piss out of Tim in the private chat just for everyone's benefit. There, it's on the show at the moment. Tim's gonna put me in timeout for it. But
it was congratulations on making 9,000 new accounts to make your 10K target. Hey, Dom, if I would have done that, I would have done that a lot sooner.
Yeah, I think you've probably got better things to do with your time.
June will be 3 years.
Oh.
That's the crazy part. June will be 3 years. So, or it'll be the start of the third year. But
Rome wasn't built in one day.
That's true. And it took, and you know what? It took the Giants getting Joe Judge fired, because like I said, December 19th is when my subscriber count just took off. And that's that was after the Dallas game. And like I said, I don't remember exactly what Joe Judge did, but like I said, I've gained almost 200,000 views and, like 1,500 subscribers from that day till now. So who the hell knows? But I want to thank everyone for hanging in there as long as they did. Again, this is Tim, the Dahmer, Mr. Williams, and OGR saying thank you. Have a good Sunday. Stay safe. And shout out to all the people in Ukraine. Keep your head.
Shout out, yes, sir. That's right. God bless. Prayers to them.
You got to give those guys credit, man. I mean, they're, like I said, Zelensky to me is just crazy. He turned down getting out of the country and told the United States, "I don't need a ride. I need ammunition."
Yo, quick thing.
Having a bad day. Just remember what's going on in Ukraine.
Yo, the Klitschko brothers from boxing.
I
Did
saw
you know
that.
they're over there right now? Like they serve the government, but they're over there like in the field. Like, oh man, that's just crazy. The Klitschko brothers used to be a heavyweight champ.
Champions.
He's actually like the mayor or
One of
something.
them is the mayor of one of the towns.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But it's a crazy situation, crazy scenario. Hopefully the world figures it all out. But we can't figure it all out today because we're just a bunch of giant talkers, giant YouTubers. I appreciate everyone coming in, dropping in. And again, guys, thank you. Great stream. We'll see you on Tuesday, Dom, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. OGR, James, I'll probably talk to you within the next couple days. All right, guys. I appreciate it as always. We're out.
Yes, sir.